Probably.
That's the plan.
Imagine being on time. Couldn't be me.
No. That's cringe, right?
Being
Being
on
on
time?
time, mad cringe.
I just like to call everything cringe
It's
because it's so absurd that it becomes funny to me.
yeah, it does get a bit nuts.
Like
Not
I'm
just skipping school and going to the donut shop.
Yeah.
Being on time. What the fuck?
Kaylin and
I
I
will-
always just go yikes. Like if someone does something, we're just like yikes.
Shit you not, my brother broke his ankle and his foot, and I said to him when he came home with his like boot, I was like, imagine having a boot, kind of cringe. And then as soon as he got it off, I went with him to get it off,
Yeah.
and as soon as he got it off, I looked at him and went, imagine being able to walk, kind of cringe.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna break your fucking legs.
Oh, for
He's
sure.
11.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Well,
Okay, yeah, so what? 11 or not, bitch, pick up a hammer.
That's fair. And if he did that, I would just look at him and be like, imagine committing assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
Kind of cringe.
Kind of cringe. I can feel it. Okay, let's get over the Dusk Bowl here. Shit be cray.
You have to uphold the bit.
You have to. It's true. It only gets funnier to you. Like, gets way worse to everyone else. but to you, yeah.
Well, that was like another thing. I'll do this quickly, so we can move on to important shit. Was the other day at work. They call coordinators, or like basically supervisors at work up front by the registers, CECs. And one of my friends is a CEC, and so I kept saying shit like they asked why people were bringing them all this shit because they had to like retag it and stuff, do CEC stuff, but like it was a lot, and it's like where the fuck is this all coming from? And I was like, maybe they CEC that you need more work.
Hey, I like that one.
I did that 6 more times, and every time they looked at me like they wanted to kill me.
No, that's reasonable. If you kept doing that, I would fucking. I feel like this son of a bitch.
But that's why I was doing it.
There's
I don't
evidence
think
of
it's
me
funny.
saying that now.
That's right.
I don't
yeah.
think it's funny. I think that people's pained response is funny. I get that the joke is stupid, but it causes you anguish.
It's called being a troll wolf.
That is trolling, yeah.
Aww. Oh no, I'm a troll and I'm short. No.
You're like Rumpelstiltskin
unrelated note.
Huh?
Yeah. So, Oregano.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Your character's name.
Oh, God.
His name is Rick Jamie, and did you try and go for a Rick James pun, or is that just conveniently the same?
That is convenience.
That's convenience, yeah. Pure convenience. It's Rick Orville.
Yeah, it's Rick Orville. What are you talking about?
Jamian.
Yeah, sure.
Rick Jamian, bitch. Alright. So, Wolf and Fox, are you aware of the lore and the setting of Dusk Bowl? Or Dusk
Not even remotely.
Oh, God.
The sun exploded, but not exactly because there's still light, but it's like nighttime.
Well, I think the idea is that the sun has exploded and is in the process of dying.
Shouldn't we all be vaporized?
Yeah, it's interesting.
The underground vault saved
basically, there's a lot of things in the setting that just get hand waved, and we're not gonna worry about. So the sun's gone. Ghosts are everywhere. In fact, this whole city we live in, Duskwall, or Dusk Bowl, you can call it either or. There's actually call it a few things, but it's surrounded by walls of electroplasmic electricity thing. It's basically like a ghost-powered lightning field, so that it keeps the ghosts out. Because if we go outside, they will kill us. Because also at the same time, the gates of the dead, or whatever that is, has broken, so people can't die anymore. Or rather, they can, but their ghosts sort of are left to wander, and they're very angry about it. So there's just kind of concurrent reality between real world and the ghost field, or as Origami and Rudy have called it, the Shadow Veil. But that's a fun thing. So ghosts are a big thing in this world. So much so that there is an entire faction dedicated to ancient tradition of burning all the corpses within 2 days so that we don't get ghosts. Occasionally they still happen, but ghosts are very bad. Crime is rampant. Blue coats are cops. What else borrowed? There's no light anywhere except for the electroplasmic lights that hum.
The electroplasmic crap is basically whale oil, but not exactly whale oils because they're not whales, they're leviathans, which are giant,
Leviathan
scary
blood.
sea monsters.
Yeah, super sea monsters. And if you're wondering why the ghosts don't just go around the wall and over the water, ghosts are scared of water because of the leviathans. So whatever
Imagine being scared of water.
I know.
Cringe.
So whatever these leviathans are, they're so batshit terrifying that ghosts are even afraid to fuck with them.
Yet motherfuckers will still hop in a boat and decide we're going Leviathan hunting.
Yep, that is right. Because that's how we power everything. Without them, we'd be screwed.
That's fair.
Yeah,
This all reminds me of have you guys ever heard of the game Sunless Sea?
Yep. Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of this reminds me a lot of Sunless Sea.
Yeah, actually, that's completely fair. So if you know Sunless Sea, borrow that. We are in Victorian times. There's a bit of fantasy. There's a bit of magic. There's a lot of supernatural, and we're all criminals, trying to be cool.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Just another thing. I want to prep everyone. When I am in character, I'll be talking like this because that's just going to be fun for me.
Love it. That's fine. That character's getting shot, but no, we'll see. Okay. So, Borrowed, do you want to give a quick rundown of what happened session 1? Technically, it's a session 0, kind of our preamble. What is the big kickoff to our campaign? We're taking place in Crowsfoot. You might be able to zoom out and see it on the map.
Or zoom in and look at it better, your choice.
Whichever you prefer, yeah. This is a campaign-based game. We are going to be, hopefully, starting a crew soon. And once you start a crew, everybody levels up independently, but you all kind of level up the crew by doing stuff, and that gives you a lot more bonuses. And crews have sort of faction reputation stuff they deal with, so we're going to hopefully be trying to take over territory and progress and become like a dominant factor in one of these parts of Duskwall. But currently we are in Crowsfoot, trying to get enough reputation and initial what's the word for it?
Capital.
Yeah, reputation and capital and stuff to establish ourselves and a little crew and a little, maybe a warehouse or some sort of a safe place anyway. Yeah. Well, and dice rolls are super easy. It's just whatever your action is that you're rolling. That could be hunting, studying, surveying, tinker, whatever, any of those. You just roll as many dice as you have pips. And if you have a 0 in a skill, you roll 2d6 and you take the worst result.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, you succeed
So
on a 4,
basically,
5,
you
or
don't
6.
have. Yeah, if
You
you don't have a
roll
point
with
in it, you.
disadvantage.
Yes,
Yep.
That's right. Yeah,
And you can get extra die if you either push yourself, which causes your character stress, or if you take a deal with the devil, which it's an either or on that one. You can push yourself or take a deal with the devil. Deal with the devil will still get an extra die, but there is something bad tacked onto it.
There's like a cost that you are aware of before you take the deal.
And
Crazy
then
son of a
question
bitch
mark
just keeps doing
Ruffle.
it.
Ruffle. If somebody assists you in doing something, can you get an extra die?
Yes. So if someone assists you in an action, they take 1 stress, and you get an extra die. And if you push yourself, you take
a stress for helping.
You take 2 stress. Well, it's basically because they're doing it, but your character is involved in what they're doing. In the beginning of this game, since you're technically at tier 0, even after you get your first crew established, you're still tier 0. Tiers you can kind of look like, just think of it like a general level. Fighting gangs higher tiers than you is much harder. Like much harder. You take a lot of penalties. but because we're tier 0, everything is stacked against us. So in this opening scenario, we're in Crow's Foot. The 4 main factions we're dealing with currently, that could expand. We could leave these guys behind and not deal with them again, whatever. But currently, we have the Bluecoats, who I believe are tier 3. They're, like I said, they're the coppers, so they're pretty chunky. We have the Crows, who are tier 3. And we have the Lamp Blacks and the Red Sashes, who are tier 2. So we're sort of way over our head, but everywhere else is a bit nastier. So we're gonna start here. And you can deal with the devil on anything if you want that extra die. Just bring it up, and then we can all work together. Doesn't just have to be you, doesn't have to be me, but we all work together to figure out what the penalty is. The other great mechanic in this game, stress. If you look at your character sheet, stress is kind of like your big meter. Arm is your health. You fill up 2 level 1s, 2 level 2s, and a 3. You could take a level 3 and a level 1 separately. You don't have to fill up the level 2s. But if you cannot fill a harm spot, it is pushed to a higher level. So if you take a harm level 3 at any point in time, your character goes down in that scene and you need help. You're not dead. If you ever take harm level 4, you die. But you can resist that, just like I was going to say, you can resist anything in the game. And all you do is you just say no. You know, I might be like, okay, this guy comes around the corner and shoots you or something. Usually I wouldn't do something like that. But for example, or say you're jumping across a building and you don't make your roll and you're like, fuck, I really wanted to make that. You can just say, no, I did make it. And you make a resistance roll. So you roll a d6 and you take 6 stress minus whatever your roll is. So you can always push your character to overcome something.
Is there a point where we push our character too hard and they just have a mental breakdown?
That's exactly what happens, yeah. If you max out on stress, you take a trauma. So
It's like, I tried too hard to open too many locks today. Okay, so what's wrong? I have PTSD. Wow,
yeah.
You're excessively bitch made, bro.
Yeah. Now, the nice thing is, trauma, of course, is bad. If you get too much trauma, your character's forced to retire. But the more traumas you have, the more faults you have. And whenever you play into a fault in this game, which is doing something that is maybe acting in character, but not always in your best interest, you get experience. So the more you push your characters, the worse your characters get, and the more you play into how bad your characters are, the more experience you get. There's also a mechanic where you get experience for making rolls that are desperate, which are ones where you're very likely to have a very high penalty if you fail. So, but we'll bring up XP and stuff as we go. We're just doing like a little mission here. And because this game is open world, we're going to give you 2, maybe 3 missions to start, and you pick which one, and that determines the course that you initially take the campaign. And then after we set up our crew in later sessions, like I'll give you a few different mission types, or you might be like, oh, we want to work for these guys or something, and yeah, we'll just throw out a bunch of missions, but you guys pick what we do. So it's not like D&D where I sit down and I have my dungeon planned out, and then we do our dungeon. So, yeah, Bart, if you want to...
D&D is playing D&D on Roll20. Okay.
It's not quite D&D. Bart, if you want to just, summate, what was the big bang that kicked off what we call now the war in Crow's Foot?
You mean the most recent happenstance with why we're all pulled in about Rourke?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Rorik used to be the boss of the Crows, the big ass gang that controls the area called Crow's Foot. Strange that. He was a powerful dude, fair, cunning, but yeah, the problem is he was found dead. Kind of. His body is not known where the hell it is, but the bells didn't ring when he died, which means that the body wasn't retrievable. So it's likely that he's in the water somewhere.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. We're not going after him.
No, he's. I think we've written him off.
Yeah, either that or, obviously, Raffle can't say anything here, or maybe he's not dead. Because the bells also wouldn't ring then.
It's true. So the big thing is, the crows owned this area called Crow's Foot, and there
Really?
are two.
I'm shocked.
That is where they got the name. It didn't used to be called Crow's Foot. They've had it for like 20 some years or whatever.
That answers a question that I had.
And Rorik had a deal. There's two rival gangs, the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes. And he had struck a bargain so that they all worked peacefully and just paid up little bits to the crows. And because they've kept peace in this area for 20 years, and they've, kept the violence down, kept the bloodshed to a minimum, even though Crow's Foot is famously where most violent deaths happened up until Rorik took over and got this truce. Because of that, the Bluecoats were kind of chill with whatever the crows were doing. So with his death, we now have sort of a power vacuum where the crows are trying to maintain their position. The Lampblacks and the Red Sashes are both trying to use this position to fight each other and gain the upper hand. And the Bluecoats are desperately trying to, without being obvious about it, maintain that peace that the crows had established. So they may
and also
jump in with some
the ones
gang.
that didn't want to maintain the peace very much were just in the crow's pocket. So
yeah, no, we're not talking about that.
They're
Anyway.
cops. Of course they're in somebody's pocket. What? Who said that?
Yeah. So we are all criminals of some sort. The goal to this game is ideally each of our characters will retire at least wealthy enough to sustain themselves, hopefully very opulent, and have a nice peaceful life after that. The reality is, we're probably going to have people die or be forced to retire penniless. We'll find out.
I thought you were going to say the goal of this game was for everyone to die horribly.
That's not the goal, Fox. That's the reality. That's
Our goal is success. The reality is failure.
yes.
You make it the goal, then you win.
You know what? That's a good idea. So we're gonna start. Like I said, we'll do a little opening scene here, but this doesn't have to be the mission you take. So Borrowed at this point has a bit of a relationship with one of the Lampblacks grunts, and that would be Dash, who he helped break out of prison in the beginning. They both met each other at a game. I mean, that's the sort of extent of their relationship, but it's
we
right
both
now
met
our
each
only
other at a
game.
poker table that neither of us were at.
That's right, yes. So we'll just do our opening here. So we're all currently cramped. Actually, ping it on the map here. Ping, ping, ping. This is the Lampblacks headquarters. It's a coal warehouse that's being repurposed because coal is no longer as important. And, pardon me. So we're in the cramped office of the Lampblacks leader, Bazo Baz. Or Bazo, you could say. I'm probably going to say both ways 100 times. Just how I am. But let's say Bazo. Bazo Baz is catchy. And it's overlooking the coal warehouse floor below. Sorry?
I was about to say, isn't he supposed to be dead?
No. Not yet. So several of his thugs are sort of hanging about in this room. They're all filthy. Their main warehouse is a coal suppository, so or depository, either way.
Suppository of coal.
I kind
that
of
sounds
love,
like a fucking like grunge metal band.
It
Suppository.
does actually.
Of coal.
You know what? I kind of love the idea that maybe that's a threat Bazo makes.
Oh my god! I'll stick this coal up your ass. No.
Yeah, right. Until it comes out a diamond or something. Anyway. But so these guys are like armed for war. Like most violent crime in the rest of Duskwall is quiet. You know, people with knives, maybe some cudgels, a big hammer. But most of the time you don't want to attract noise. And you certainly are hoping not to kill people. But there are several
But here
firearms.
comes the boom.
Yeah, there's several firearms on these guys. They are gearing up for a proper war. And they're all sort of eyeing you and sizing you up because they're, you know, a bit untrustworthy at this point. So Bazo points at the lot of you and he says, "All right, I know you four, or three, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I know you three broke out of prison. You helped Dash here. What's your connection with those two?" And he points at Wolf and Fox.
They were in the other cell.
Ah, I like that. Okay. Now, you don't have to all know each other, but if anyone can think of a reason they may know someone else here, feel free.
I don't know anybody else's background.
Oh, no,
I don't
you don't have to know someone's background. You could just be like, oh, we used to be drinking buddies, or maybe before my current profession, we lived on the same street. You know, just make anything up, and if someone has a problem with that, they'll let you know, or if it doesn't make sense. But sorry, you were saying, Fox?
Basically the same thing Wolf said.
Oh, that's fair enough, yeah.
It could.
I mean, you could absolutely say that they were just in the other cell, and that you all were part of the same prison break.
Let's see. Where is the night market? Isn't that?
The night
Okay, night market's down there. Yeah, right.
Bit of a trip.
Trying to see like who would have been where.
I possibly know at least Fox because it's right next to Coleridge, where I get my hookah.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
We probably crossed paths once or twice, but you notice them a few times, but you never say hello, hi.
Yeah, that's fair.
Damn it, where was Rudy's stupid vice purveyor? I got the name, not the location.
Maybe while you guys are mulling over that, Bazo says, "Well, none the matter. As I understand it, you're all neutral parties at this point. Here's the deal. We have an obvious beef with the Red Sashes. And you're either with us or against us. That's the way I see it. So if you're interested, we've got a job for you. If not, well, I suggest you stay out of our way and keep out of our turf, or you're all going to end up dead in this war."
I just follow the money. If you got the coin, I've got the firearms and the expertise to use them.
Well, firearms maybe keep a little low. We're hoping for a lower profile, which is why we're using a neutral party, deniable assets, as you will. But I like the coin, and in fact, that's what this is all about. Now,
No greater motivation in this life than money, right?
He said, "Well, I can think of a couple, but certainly money's a big one, and money's what keeps the Red Sashes going. We've got the manpower, but they've been getting some war treasury from perhaps another source that we found out. All we're
So what's the
asking.
job?
Oh, sorry. Yep, that's perfect. And he's like, well, we'd have the five of you break in, steal the valuables. We'll hawk them off and get our cut, and we'll give you some of it.
In and out job.
Sorry, Origami?
What did he just say?
I was gonna say so it's a in and out job.
In and out job. Yes, that's Basil sort of nods. He's like, I'm glad we're in agreement. I was hoping we could keep maybe the nature of this between us.
All right. So if anybody asks, we've just got a rabbit up our ass, and we decided we were going to do it anyway. Don't even know who you are.
You see, I like you guys already. We could have a long and fruitful relationship. And who knows, maybe someday the crows won't be the big dogs here anymore. Maybe it'd be handy to have our favor. Okay, yeah, I like that, Burrow. So,
Okay.
yeah, so you'll be offered 1 coin from the black market vendors if you sell the Jilky. And Basil, sorry.
And so that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Speaking of jobs and coin and all that, I have a possibility of coin from you, Bazo, my friend.
Oh,
You see, I happened to find the means to get out of jail. I may or may not have happened to get my hands on, reach in my sleeve and pull it out, a key to the cells down there.
there's
Sure,
a bit
they
of
won't miss
a
it that much.
stir among the men, but Basil remains fairly calm. He says, well, if you're the pass set over, I could offer you a slightly better cut.
Cut, or, it's yours to mull it over. We can reconvene on this afterwards, of course. Not one to push for a deal to be done immensely fast.
See, I like that. I would say if you want to do a little bit of a push, you could make an action roll here.
Yes, but that's what I mean.
Entirely up
We
to
can
you.
always reconvene after.
Okay.
But I have talked to a couple of merchants to see if they were interested in it, and it's not been a lot, but they've offered me up to a coin for it.
He scruffs his chin and he says, "Well, I could certainly match the coin. Wasn't planning on quite so much, but it could happen. We don't have it now to front. Like I said, we're more men than money, but after the job. So, to put it in terms, just so we have it written down, currently,
And so everybody knows, 1 coin is not literally like 1 gold coin. 1 coin is like literally a week's worth of wages.
yeah, a coin's kind of
Gotcha.
it's a bit of an abstract thing. And coin exponentially gains in value. Like 2 coin is like a month's pay, not 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just that's how the game abstracts it to make it easy for us to be like, oh, okay, so 1 coin
They
for a
go
job
up
is
by,
very
like-
good.
Yeah, they go up
Yeah.
by like 5 times the previous value.
Yeah.
So like 1 week to 1 month to like, half a year to like a few years worth of coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just simplifies the amount so you don't end up with 73 bajillion gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 75,000 gold coins and I don't know what to do with them. Well, shut up is what you do.
So yeah. Okay.
Silence.
So Basil's current offer for you, I'll write it down. The war treasury you would be stealing. He won't mention where or when or who yet, unless you agree. But the war treasury you would be stealing is worth 14 coin. and he is offering to give you now. His initial offer was you can have 6. He's now saying you can have 7 coin.
Wow.
Yeah, so you would get now half if you give him the key and do the mission, of course, because like he said, he can't buy it outright.
Well, I'll put up my hand to him and I'll just. All right. So it's an agreement then, like looking him directly in the eye.
Oh, I like that. Bazo, like full confidence, full stride, walks over to you and extends his hand. He says, "Now, does that mean you'll take the job?" And you can tell he's also sizing you up, potentially in the same way.
Well, it means I'll take the job. I can't speak for my newfound associates.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Now, I will say, we are free to... well, if Borrowed shakes on this, there may be a reputation penalty with the Lamp Blacks, but we are absolutely free to, with no penalty, hear another offer for a mission. But it's just, Borrowed obviously doing the shaky do.
I'm waiting for something on that. I'm just waiting until we're out of earshot of the Lamp Blacks.
Okay, and that's fair. So do you shake on it, Borrowed?
Well, like I said, I'm shaking on it. I'll do the job, but I can't speak for everybody else.
Okay. So,
All right, I guess I'll walk up after him. And what's the guy's name again?
Bazo.
Bazo Baz.
Yeah.
I'll take Bazo's hand and I'll shake it firmly and say, "I fold a coin, and right now you're the only one offering it."
He nods and he says, always appreciate having someone with similar interests in mind.
I kind of wince and say, "Of course."
Kind of love this character already. It's gonna be sad when I kill him.
It's
gonna be sad when he gets in like the big like gun shootout and he's like bleeding in the streets. I'm like, no, the guy with the accent. I wanted that one. No, but he is fun. I do like a mercenary. So do the rest of you in turn shake Bazo's hand? He will offer.
So
I'll
for
shake
like,
his hand.
Okay.
I want my character like, well, I don't know how much coin I'm gonna have, but
Well, right now
can
you're all broke, which is why you're
Yeah,
turning to crime.
Broke as a joke, no punchline, baby.
Nice.
Isn't there like a half equivalent to a coin?
Oh yeah, you would probably have just like small change on you or something like that. Like enough for like a night's meal or something, maybe a bed.
I will ask Basil. I'll do the job, but I will take half of the money up front. The other half, I want some information.
Okay, so you want half the money up front, but then instead of money, the other half you just want information?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a bit of a tricky one.
He already said they don't have no money, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they're quite literally, and I quote, more men than money.
Yeah.
Perhaps Bazo will offer you information up front and money later. Then he'll turn the table around.
Yeah, I like that. So Basil says, "Well, I can offer you the information now if you require it. What are you knowing or looking to know?"
I forgot the guy. The guy who died.
Oh, Rorik, yeah.
Yeah, Rorik. Have you ever heard anything about Rorik? Any blood between anybody?
Oh, that's fun. Okay. So this would cost I would say either you would reduce your reward to 6, and only taking 6 coin because this is like very valuable information right now with his current death, or Bazo could be perhaps persuaded to give that information up. But you would have to make a roll to like either sway him or what's the other one borrowed? Consort.
You can't. Yeah, I was gonna say
And
you
you
can't be
can't do anything.
command because no way in hell.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm offering my payment for information. Because I know this man knows money and manpower, and I only have money.
Okay. So I do, just so the rest of the group knows, Origami hasn't necessarily forfeited his cut, but he has reduced your reward by 1.
Ooh.
Because Origami may be asking for his cut later. Which
Yeah.
potentially is fine. But anyway, yeah, so he says, oh, very well. Going back to 6 coins then, he looks at the rest of the men in the room, and he says, you lot out. He says, when you leave, send Pickett in. So these guys all leave. One stands at the door, yells, and this, like, beefcake guy comes in. He's got, like, a really, like, he's wearing kind of like a cardigan, but it's, like, stretched a little thin. And he just sort of darts his eyes across all of you, and they narrow. And the he's got, like, a heavy, maybe sledgehammer or something that he's sort of tossing between his hands as he watches you. And Bazo says, all right. Well, what did you want to know? So, Origami, if you could make a survey roll then, because your character's essentially, or you could do study, but instead of using your, instead of like charming him or persuading him, you're really just trying to take a guy who's not overly technical, or maybe doesn't understand things fully, and you're trying to glean from that information what happened. And we're just seeing how effective you are.
So I do, was it a roll?
You could do survey or study, whichever you prefer.
Survey.
Okay. And then do you want to
Got-
push that in any way?
No, I'm just gonna be honest with him.
Okay. No, but you could take 2 stress to add an extra die to that. Or someone else could maybe offer a point of stress to, if they're also curious about this information, to give you +1 die. Or you could take a deal with the devil, Origami.
Mm,
You don't need those kneecaps.
Yeah.
Satan.
And your
No.
deal with the devil, let me just, I thought of a fun one here. While Bazo tells you everything he knows, you sort of go in a meditative state, and you make a single, just a moment, a connection with Rorik.
I like that. I'm gonna go with the devil's deal.
Okay. So that is fun. So why don't you go ahead and give me a roll there, Origami?
Alright, how the hell do I do push?
You're in a very controlled position. Maybe we'll say risky, but I'd say it's probably controlled, so it's not too bad. Well, you click on the
so
word.
to roll oregano, yeah, you click the word, it'll bring up a box. You select your
Alright, is it input value?
so it's a controlled situation.
Yep, it's controlled.
Submit on that. The effect will
And
be
the
standard.
The effect is standard. Yep.
And then bonus die. This is where you'd put in the extra 1 because you're taking the stress.
Okay.
Okay, so because of that, you can see you got a 5. So we take your highest roll. A 4, 5, or 6 is a success. You did succeed. Because you didn't crit or anything, a standard is counts as 2 pips, essentially, on your clock. So Rorik's death, you're now at 4 out of 6 to understanding. So in that moment, I'm going to say you take a point of stress for this, as Bazo is explaining, well, I heard word on the street is that maybe his second in command, Lissa, had something to do with it. She wasn't a fan of how easy Rorik was, how he was just content with sitting on this piece and having people going everywhere and just taking a little cut here and there. She wanted more. She wanted more control. I think she wanted to militarize the crows a bit more than they are. I'm not saying she did it, but that's the feel of us have here.
I need to find more information.
So after hearing that, though, like while he's talking again, you go in this meditative state. Maybe your eyes roll back or something like that. And for a moment, you connect with Rorik, and it feels like you're drowning. And as you feel this drowning, there's muffled yelling above you. You hear the flash, or you hear the crack of a gun, the flash of the igniting gunpowder, and you're falling, and you're drowning.
How far did I fell?
Oh, you just kept falling, and it was dark. You couldn't see, and your breath was like rasping. So this is where you take your point of stress from sort of experiencing that. But you've a pretty good idea right now. Things that are going on. And like I said, if you guys find a little bit more, maybe you could sell that info. Or maybe that info will get you out of a jam later. You never know. Could be useful to be one up on someone.
No, what was her name again?
That was Lissa. Lyssa. And she is currently in charge of the crows, as she was the second in command before.
Yep.
I will think. I keep trying to say Rorik. I think
Bazo.
And shakes his hand like, I will do the mission for you.
Okay. So I think Fox is the only one who hasn't shaken his hand, right?
And Rudy.
No, Rudy did.
I did.
Yep. Rudy did after Wolf. Well, it's possible Fox isn't interested in the mission, although it would make things a bit difficult. Fox is like
I'm not
stealing
interested.
things.
Sorry, what?
Oh, it's all good.
Fox
Just
been gone for an hour.
So Bazo was just looking for you to shake his hand because everyone else has agreed on the mission. Again, this doesn't mean you have to do it, but there will be a penalty for not doing it.
What's the mission?
Oh my god, she has.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I've been kind of falling asleep
Oh, really?
because of work. Because I only got
sorry.
like 5 hours of sleep.
Alright.
Yeah, someone summate the mission real quick.
Yeah, quick rundown. Lamp Blacks are broke as hell. Red Sashes are fairly wealthy. They've got money, and there's the implication of an outside benefactor giving them cash inflow. The Lamp Blacks want to charge us with breaking in, stealing some of that, and bringing it back to them for a cut of it. So that way they can field their own army and kind of beat back the Red Sashes at a crow's foot.
Yep. I think Fox in for a heist.
I'm always in for a heist.
Doesn't sound like you're in for a heist.
Me. My character is always in for a heist.
There you go.
As long as it involves blowing stuff up and...
Well, it could, but that may be interesting.
She'll make it, but maybe.
She's gonna blow something up anyway. Alright. So Bazo shakes your final hand and he says, "All right, Pickett, let the rest in." The rest of the gang comes back. Pickett goes out in his spot by the door. He says, "Well, here's the details," and he lays out a map. So, if we are to zoom into Crow's Foot here, somebody pick a fair size kind of. Actually, I could zoom us in more to Crow's Foot if you guys want.
This page never seemed big enough to like look at the map and also do stuff with your character sheet.
I know.
You can minimize your character sheet.
Yeah, you can shrink
That's why
it.
I have two
Yeah, but
monitors.
then
I
I
have all the
can't-
characters open on one.
I know.
Then I-
monitors.
I
But
would
then I
love
can't
to.
do stuff on my character sheet if I minimize it. Oh Jesus! What's this popping up on my screen?
It is a sub map.
Oh, so this is even tinier view of Crow's Foot.
Yeah.
Also, I have
mean-
2 monitors too, but I couldn't
That's
figure out how to
pretty.
work it.
It's pretty wacky wild.
All right. Hopefully this isn't too big. I know some people have trouble like scrolling through Roll20 here. I'm not one of them. All right.
Like
Welcome,
me.
gentlemen, to the zoomed in Crow's Foot. So, let's have this be Candle Street. Sounds pretty cute. I like that. So over here by Candle Street.
Candlestick Cove. Sounds like
Maybe-
a.
it's right-
Oh,
Yeah?
Are we in transit yet? Because I wanted to say something while we were like going there.
Okay, no, so as you guys are heading out, well, again, we could potentially listen to what the Red Sashes have to say. Or try and play them against each other. Or we could do this mission and then play both sides later. We have many
I want to
options.
say something about that.
Okay, so let's hear it.
All right. Well,
So you guys are now out of earshot. As
Right.
you're leaving, Dash probably, tips his hat towards Bard's character, Galen.
all right. Once
Yeah.
we're just out of sight, I'm gonna stop everyone and say, all right. I understand that we just we just shook on this, and that's fine and all. But ethics don't really bother me that much. He told us that not only do the Red Sashes have money, they're getting money from somewhere outside of Crow's Foot. Why stop ourselves from cashing in on their payday? Sure, we can still go through with it, but so long as we keep ourselves under wraps, we might as well swap sides. What do we get from a bunch of nobodies who've decided to take up arms against somebody who's obviously going to have the ability to field manpower longer? I've seen conflict. I know how this works. War's expensive, and with no inflow, they're going to break down. You think that king's going to stay large and in charge, even in their own little section of Crowsfoot, for any longer than a few months? As soon as the money starts to dry up for real, they're done for. We might as well go where the money is.
I love that. Yeah. Anyone have some input on that?
My character will agree with Wolf's character. I just don't know who anybody is. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
With Crow, my character will agree with Crow. He would also mention that he doesn't want to become full-time allies with the lamps, but rather to have his finger on all the pies, basically. Know what's up.
Right, well, I'll tell you why we don't go where the fucking money is. You don't just go where the fucking money is because we've already made a fucking agreement. We shook on it. We told him we do the job. He knows who the fuck we are. And
Of course, we are going to do the job.
Yeah,
we can
that's
go,
well and
we can go and talk with him. Not saying we can't, but I'm saying that if he finds out that we fucking talked with him, even if he doesn't have a lot of manpower, he's got a hell of a lot more than 5.
fair points, but if we get in with the Red Sashes, we'll have them watching our backs. And even so, it's not really going to matter much if he's dead. In the long run, he'll probably end up in the grave, and I'm not looking to join him.
Yeah, but if both sides find out, they'll cut us from both sides. And have no support on either, though.
That's a fair point. I suppose that's why we have to keep things quiet.
no one likes a little backstabbing.
Well-
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself, mate. If somebody offered me the coin, I'd put one right there, right there, right there, and right there. I pointed all of their heads.
Love it. So we are going to do this job. We're not going to hear any other offers, right? We may seek them out later, but for right now we're going to commit to this, right?
For me, yes. I'm also sticking with both.
I like it. Yeah, we got a fun little dynamic. So here's the mission, or here's the job, the score, as this game likes to call it. Down over here by Candle Street, and I've just sort of marked it on the map. This is the home of the Duchess. The Duchess is or rather, she totes herself to be wealthy. Everyone believes that the money comes from somewhere else. But the Duchess sort of purveys herself as a neutral party to all things. Most importantly, though, she's always been against the crows. She's pretty outspoken against them. So she's sort of looking to maybe fund other options. But she's having a ball, a grand ball today, as she likes to put on airs. And there will be quite a few prominent people invited. And because of that, prominent people that come to her balls are supposed to bring a tithe. And it's just people from all over Duskball that show up. So all these rich people bringing a little bit of money that goes to the Duchess and whatever it is that she spends that money on. And all that money is in a vault beneath her mansion. And that is what Bazo has tasked you to steal. Tonight, while everyone's there, before the money's moved. Because he
Do we
thinks the Red
know any
Sashes are going to get
connection
it.
between the Red Sash and the Duchess?
That would be a gathering information step. And yes, if you guys want to do that before planning, I need someone to make a roll of some kind. So this could be surveying.
What about study?
Study, yep, it could be studying for sure. It could also be hunt if we're following the Duchess herself. But it'd be one of those three probably, unless
You do study or hunt.
yeah, or somebody does a like a social role, like Borrowed could, for example, try and sway someone that might know something or something along those lines. We get one person makes a roll. We find out what they gather.
Okay, how exactly does a hunt roll work?
So, all rolls are the exact same in this and how you do them. If you were on your
Yeah,
character sheet. Oh, sorry. Like to physically roll it, you mean, or?
I mean, like if I roll, like, you know how if you do an insight check in like normal D&D modules, that's necessarily kind of like you're gleaming into a specific individual, whereas like an
Okay.
Arcana check is more just general magic.
Okay. So this game, it's very open to interpretation. But hunt is technically you carefully track a target, but you could use that to mean any number of things. So that could be you sneaking up on an individual, not a group, of course, but like on an individual. Could be you following someone. Could be you be like pursuing and attacking someone. You can use it for a number of different ways. It could be like doing an ambush. As long as you can kind of argue it. We may just put a penalty on it if it sounds a little crazy, but yeah, it's pretty open-ended in how you want to use that.
How much time do we have? Well, okay, you said that the ball was tonight, so not very much.
Yeah, we'll say maybe it's like mid-morning. Now, the fun thing, and this is our final mechanic that we're probably going to have to learn tonight, but the fun thing about this game is normally when you do a heist in a role-playing game or, stuff like that, it's kind of a huge pain in the ass because the players spend about 3 hours trying to prep and figure out every little thing about the job so that they can make informed choices before they get there. Because once they get there, they're just kind of left to whatever happens and they have to deal with it. This game plays a bit more like Ocean's 11. You're going to gather information now if you want to. It's optional. Then we are going to just roll an engagement roll, which is basically your characters. You pick your plan as to how you're going to infiltrate or how you're going to go about starting the score. We see how well the opening part did, which would be like the first 30 minutes of, or 30 seconds of the movie, whatever, like the part where you're just getting there. And we start in media res. We start at the job. We're already there. We've already started. And if you ever want to say, oh shit, I wish I had have gone and bribed the cops, I didn't know they were going to be here, you just do a flashback. And flashbacks just cost you a little bit of stress. And then you describe a scene back in time when you were smart and prepared for this moment. So, flashback could be something like, oh, I get to the back door and it's locked. Okay, well, I'm going to flashback to when I went around to the janitor and I mugged him earlier and I took his keys or something like that. Or, maybe I picked this lock ahead of time and I left the door ajar and I put something there. And you just roll to see how well you do.
If nobody has a suggestion for how they want to gather information, I have an idea. But I'm open to other people's suggestions first.
Okay, I have another question.
Mhm.
Multiple people can gather information at the same time, right? There's nothing stopping us from doing that?
Yeah, it really, though, it's kind of like, you could. It just usually makes sense to just have one person do it, unless there's like multiple questions we want to answer. You could send each person for a different question. Let's see.
Well, you could have one person map out the guards, one person go question somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking was, so we want to know if the Duchess is connected to the Red Sashes, and I looked at Hunt, and Hunt to target, gather information about its location and movements and whatnot. And I was thinking, so long as it wouldn't step on anybody else's toes, my character could roll a Hunt check and keep an eye on the Duchess in case she crosses paths with any shady individuals who we might be able to draw a connection to the Red Sashes.
See, I love that. Yep, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, cool. Everyone fine with that?
Yeah.
So what I was going to do, because Raffle, you said that the Lamp Blacks have the suspicion that the Red Sash are going to go steal from the Duchess.
Yes.
So the Lamp Blacks want to beat them to it. My idea was to, maybe put on a little bit of makeup, but then go and just directly talk with somebody from the Red Sashes and be like,
Oh.
hey, I heard about the Lamp Blacks, and they say that they're on to you stealing from the Duchess tonight.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
So then, I'm already bringing my own stuff to the table first before they even open up their mouths.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Wolf, give us your hunt roll, and you can go ahead and do that, Bird.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask what position what should I do the position as?
Okay, so this is risky, because
Gotcha.
yeah. So the easy way to look at it is the first three you have controlled, risky, or desperate. That is how severe the penalty for your failure would be, and the other
Gotcha.
three is limited, standard, and great. That's how effective you are when you do it. So it's just kind of like inverse things. It's like, okay, if you fuck this up, maybe it's super risky, but if you make it, there's a lot to be gained from it. So in this case, yeah, I'll say it's risky and standard. You're gonna find information that's standard, and
then
if you fuck it up,
do we-
maybe it'll make things harder.
we get another dice for each like little tick we have in the skill, right?
Yes. So
2 dots, 2 dice.
2 dots, 2 dice.
But it's going to roll those 2 dice already. So
Oh,
the
if you
last
click
thing
it,
where
yeah.
it's asking about bonus dice, you do not
Put
put anything
0.
in there.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Unless someone wants to spend a stress to help you, or you want to push this for some reason.
Gotcha. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll keep our stress low for now. Hey, nice. So you did succeed, and 6 means there's no complication. Just straight up get it. So you
Hell
follow
yeah.
the Duchess around all day, and right about kind of getting into supper time, just cutting it a bit early for her arrival at the ball. She goes to a butcher, and at the butcher, you see she picks up her meat, and the butcher also has a letter on top, and it has maybe like a little wax seal with the Red Sash Sword Academy logo on it.
Gotcha. Right.
Is there something else you were looking for from that? Like another question you need answered?
No, I just wanted to know if there was a connection. So long as I've got that,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
definitely got
that's
that.
pretty damning.
Yeah, and Borrowed, so you are off to the Red Sashes?
Yes, and I am going to swap out of my fine clothes to go along with the disguise kit.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. So, do you want to make? What do you want to do for a roll there? Like a sway, a consort?
I'm thinking sway, and
Okay.
I have a additive question to that. What exactly does my disguise kit get me? Would it be a bonus? Would be the more apt question, like a bonus die, because it specifically says the fine quality of this kit may increase the effect of your deceptive actions when you use it.
No,
So I'm
it's
not trying to dress
Oh, no.
myself up as one of them, but
So it's actually so a fine item increases the effect, not the dice thrown. So instead of standard, this now becomes great. So if you succeed, you get way more from it.
okay. So
You're gonna
that
have
is
to-
what I was trying to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
To maybe be a little fair. No, I think that's fine. That's fine. I was gonna say maybe we'll check it off as one of your load for this mission, but
So the
I don't know
position,
if it has a.
it does have a load. Yes, 1 point.
Oh, okay. So if you maybe just tick that, and then okay. So
But so position of the roll.
position's still risky. It's there is a chance that things go tits up if you like fail this. But
Okay. And then effect was great because of the disguise kit.
yes,
Bonus die. I'm not going to push. I'm not going to
Yeah.
push it too hard because, like I said, I'm just kind of approaching them and being like, "Hey, I heard about the Lampblacks saying that you're going to rob the Duchess and that they are going to try and beat you to it."
Yeah, that's fair.
Just what do they say to that?
Hey, oh, you almost crit. Almost crit. That's pretty cool. If you ever roll 2 6s, it's a crit.
Ah, nice.
But a 6 is a success with no failure. A 4 or 5 is success, but there may be a complication. Maybe it wasn't as effective as you were hoping, or maybe there's something else that happened. But that's fucking incredible. We haven't alerted anyone to our presence yet. And yeah, so what exactly are we asking here, Borrowed? Just do your bit again.
So, like I said, it's that I'm dressing up more as a not completely run down, but as a less well-to-do person. Perhaps like a couple of bruises on my face, so that's the reason why I ran into the Lampblacks. They roughed me up, but they can make their own assumptions as to why I look the way I do. And just telling them that I overheard the Lamp Blacks talking about you going to rob the Duchess of her stuff at the ball tonight, and that they are going to try and beat you to it and steal it from you.
Okay, so as you're, are you just chatting up maybe some guys outside in the courtyard?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so as you're chatting these guys up, walking past you, this would have been before Wolf had done his hunt. But walking past you, you see like a stout man with a big butcher's apron. It's probably clean at this point, but he's carrying a letter bearing the seal, heading out. And as you're chatting with these guys, just like, we don't steal from the Duchess. My Layla has told us time and time again, the Duchess is under our thumb. We don't have to worry about her. We used to rough up guys that left her party drunk all the time. Now, we sit back and we reap the reward. Easy money. Hey, you're not looking for a job, are you?
I could be convinced of a job if the money's okay, because, well, working as an organizer in a shop isn't exactly the best to pay. I'm sure you could guess that.
Yeah. Normally we only take people who've got a little background in Aruvian sword fighting, but, we could probably be convinced. Maybe some hands down by the dock. We need a few more guys to keep eye there. But tonight we're going to have a big party. We're expecting a feast. So maybe, I don't know, there's a ball going down at the Duchess. When you hear that die off, come on over here and we'll get the drinking started.
I'm gonna be working later this afternoon, but when I get off, I will be here. Because free alcohol is the best alcohol.
So he actually, because you got that great success, he's going to hand you an invitation to the party tonight, which may or may not be as exciting as they expect. But it is emblazoned with the Red Sash Sword Academy, and the writing on it is not in standard Duskfall English. It appears to be some Eruvian garbage that you can't make head nor tail of.
Yeah.
The bastards.
Lobster. Can
Yes.
I talk up to the guards? Talk to them and say who's at the ball. And basically I'm gonna be like, I'm just doing some investigation, trying to help out Officer. What was it?
Inspector Benson.
Benson, exactly.
Yeah.
Inspector Benson with the recent death of Rorak.
Now, is this at the Red Sash Sword Academy? You're asking that?
I thought there's like guards in the
At the Duchess's?
At the Duchess's.
Yeah. Okay. You could ask like the doorman, I guess. Sorry.
There's no guards.
No, it's a ball. Guards.
Well, I mean, are there guards patrolling the grounds though?
So that's yes. Okay, you know what? That is fair. We'll say there's like a couple guys that are paid to guard, but okay. So I guess yes. If you're asking that, they say, sorry, we, oh shit, how would they say this? Okay. Yeah, we're not allowed to disclose our guest list for the evening. However, if you're worried about security, you can tell Inspector Benson that several of the Red Sash Sword Academy will be doing a demonstration in peacekeeping in the area this evening, and they shall be watching out front, making sure that none of the drunks get too silly.
So you're having double security then?
Well, the Duchess employs a small security company of her own, but For the most part, recently we've been dealing with the red sashes on nights like this when we need a little more manpower.
And I'm assuming the Duchess is too busy to talk to.
Well, I don't know what the
me?
Duchess gets up to. I just make sure that people who need to be in get in, and people who stay out stay out.
Mm. So that we'll ask him if is there a way to get contact with the Duchess?
If you were to speak with the Duchess, or if you were supposed to speak to the Duchess, she would have already spoken to you.
So there's no way to contact her, even though it's a ball. All right. I thank you for a little bit info.
Okay. So he's just sort of nods and goes back to standing at the door. So if nobody else has anything they want to do, we now begin score. So the very first thing we do is we roll to see our engagement. Oh, sorry, we do our planning first. So at the bottom, I think it's at the bottom of your character sheet.
We didn't case the building.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh,
Because-
sweet.
Because
Cool.
if you've, yeah, so what's great about this is, let's say you're like, oh shit, I want to run around the side and I don't know if there's any guards there, and what are the guards doing? You can just do a flashback. You say, oh, I did a flashback and I cased the building at that point. You know?
Swag.
Yeah. So at the yeah. So underneath your sheet, so where it says like your inventory and everything, you'll see it goes down to planning and load. Does everyone see that?
Yep.
Okay. So under planning and load, you'll see assault, cult, deception, social, stealth, and transport. Now, between all of you, you pick which of those is the plan. How are you beginning the score? What is your plan for the score? Are we going to probably not assault the front door, but that is an option. We have a cult. Are we doing weird ghost shit to get in? Are we deceiving them? Maybe trying to just walk in the front door? Maybe we're doing a social thing, right? Maybe it's stealth. We're gonna get to the rooftop and sneak in some way. Or potentially transport, which doesn't make too much sense in this. But we are kind of near the water.
What is that? Is that a lake or like a sewer pipe? Oh, it's a canal.
Yeah, there's a little canal there. Now
I don't
that
trust
will,
that bit.
I was gonna say that will kind of go by your front door, so I assume she'll be paying a little attention, but
No, I was talking about the potential for fucking spooky bitches in the water. Just like, all right, guys,
Oh.
let's swim in. Gets eaten.
yeah, I mean, the water is freezing cold, so hitting the water is gonna cause your character to probably die, but you never know. You
Tries
might
to
survive.
swim in water. Immediately goes into shock.
Yeah, it's not good.
Shit.
So there's two ways I can see this personally, and that is deception, which would be to pass ourselves off as part of the hired help.
Okay,
Not as
that's
guards, but it's just part of the hired help brought in because you have additional people at the ball, so you need more hands to bring drinks and clean and all that shit than you would on a regular day. If not that, then good old stealth and just, get your way in.
yeah. Those are both great options.
Yeah, but we have two whisperers who can do ghost shit.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about
no.
to say I could ask like probably the designer of the building, like their ghosts if they're dead. I could ask them about any secret shit.
Oh,
I can always
okay.
try to compel one.
That is true. But one thing we should consider before we do any ghost shit, or really anything at all, is the lamp blacks did say they wanted to keep this quiet, so we should probably shoot for in and out without anybody ever knowing we were even there.
Mm-hmm.
Or knowing.
Well, without anybody knowing we were there for the lamp blacks.
Yeah.
Yes, that is most important, but it'd probably be easiest to avoid that because you gotta think, because Borrowed did talk to the Red Sashes and he said that he found out the Lamp Blacks were trying to knock off the building. They might start wondering where he got that information. Even if it technically wasn't correct, which in this case it is, they might draw a connection between the two and wonder if he was involved, which could expose us.
Well, Bard was in disguise.
Borrowed was in disguise.
That's true. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
And what
Helps.
Borrowed told them, as I didn't just say that they were the Lamp Blacks were going to knock over the building, but that the Lamp Blacks heard that the Red Sashes were going to knock over the building, and that they were going to steal it from the Red Sashes. So it could well be that the Lamp Blacks are just waiting until the Red Sashes pop out of an alleyway nearby to just mug them rather than going in the building themselves.
That is also true.
So, I mean, we also have, like, again, like, third option, Borrowed could just walk in the front door with the rest of you and say that we're guests. Right. We also have that. Is it? So the cool thing about this game as well, is if, let's say, in D&D, you all do your stealth rolls and the paladin fucks up and everyone laughs and the paladin gets angry and then everyone's dead. It's not good. In this game, you can take actions together. So whoever is best at something, they can lead the team. So Borrowed, for example, if he wanted to sway his way in, he could say, okay, I'm going to lead everyone in sway. You all roll sway. You take the highest option out of everyone's roll. And then anyone who failed, he takes a point of stress for that. It's kind of neat.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've popped out my chat. Oh god, how do I unpop out my chat? I didn't know I could do this. Hate it. Thanks. I hate it.
Oh
my god, it's awful.
I can hide the chat. How the hell do you pop that? What the fuck?
I don't know how I did it. Hang on, maybe if
you double click chat by accident instead of like just clicking on it once to swap the pages, it pops it into a separate window and makes it disappear from the side. I've done it on accident a lot of times.
And then you can just close the new chat window and it goes back, right?
No, it's gone now.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh god.
So do you have to reverse the page now?
I may.
I usually how I fix it is I literally leave the D&D session and Roll20, like I close the page it's in and then reopen it in another one. It kind of re-instances everything, so you have to pull up all of your sub-menus.
That's all good. But that's rough.
Okay, yeah, Roll20 is a flawless system with no problems.
Yeah, it's usually pretty good, but yes, it's not flawless by any means. Okay, so what is our plan? Are we going in the front door? Are we pretending to be hired help? Or are we doing a stealth? Or are we trying to use some weird occult shit?
Spooky wooky ghosty shit.
They are all valid. And just because we start with one...
we can only do one right now. Yeah.
That's right. This is just how we get there. How we get started. How we get to or in the building. After that, you're free to do anything.
I turn the light on and off both of the times randomly. You got a ghost problem. Yeah, you got a ghost problem with the Ghostbusters.
Nice.
Just walk in, after doing that, like, oh no, it seems you have a ghost. Good thing we're here, the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Can I go talk to Benson and be like, I heard there's a ball going. I'm doing some investigation. Can you give me like a green light or something like that?
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna go talk with Benson about going?
Yeah, so you give me some like entrance.
Oh, so you're
Okay.
trying to use the cops as a reason to be there.
It's kind of
I
neat.
don't know how
Okay.
well that'll go, but
So what I'll say is, if we try and go in the front door through deception or social, I guess it would be deception technically, because we're kind of, well, it'd be either or, deception or social. But I'll say
I
if
mean-
you go to Benson, he can get you an invitation, or at least something that looks like one. We can get you a pretty good fake invitation made up.
Mhm.
And then that would give a
I mean-
+1 die to the roll.
I mean, I could like, once I'm in, find like a back way and just leave it unlocked.
Okay, so like fail, yeah, if we fail, at least your character could go in, and that would be like the backup plan.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
or I could go on the front door and unlock something myself.
Yeah, totally. It's whatever you guys want to do.
Because even without an invitation, I now have a piece of paper from the Red Sashes.
That's true.
I wasn't invited by the Duchess, I was invited by the Red Sashes.
That's fun. Okay. So we're going for go in the front door, and we'll figure the rest out later, right?
Get
Okay.
everybody inside and then start doing shit.
Okay, cool. So we are going to do, let's just call it a social then. And our social connection, or no, we'll do deception. The method of deception here is we are just pretending that we have invitations. So that makes sense. We're just saying, hey, we're all invited. Hopefully we can get us all in. If not, whatever, 2 of us can get in, or maybe just 1 of us, and we'll let everyone else in after.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So that is the plan. Now we choose our loadout. So how inventory works in this is you have inventory. You can see it on your sheet, and it has boxes next to things. Some things may have 2 ticks, some it might only have 1. Some, like armor, might be 2, but to make it heavy armor is 5 in total. Your loadout is either 3, 5, or 6. So you're either choosing to take up to 3 items or 3 pips, 5 or 6. And the interesting thing is you pick your loadout now. Well, you pick your load rather, and you can see it at the top. You can either pick a load of 3 light, 5 normal, or 6 heavy. The whole crew picks the same load. So you either all agree to go light, normal, or heavy. And the heavier you are, the more obvious you are, like, loaded down. Like, if you're heavy or higher, it's like, oh, that guy's going to fucking kill somebody. But if you're at normal, you're, like, kind of passable, and light is like, I look like a civilian. I just have things on me.
So
Think
payday 2 detection.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think
the other fun thing is, so if we take light, for example, you have your whole inventory, technically, and you only choose what you have on you when you need it. Because it's supposed to represent your characters are super fucking smart, clever criminals. You're all ready for anything. But secretly, you all somehow knew ahead of time what you needed. So, maybe, for example, if we look in the case of Wolf here, well, just for example, like Wolf, you can take a pistol or a second pistol, or sorry, you have a fine pair of pistols because you're hound items, right? So maybe you're like, oh, cool, I got my dual pistols. Maybe I got my rifle. But if I take those, I can't take anything else. Until you have to use your guns, you don't have to say you have them. So we could be like, maybe it goes tits up. Some guy has the money and he's running down the street. You run up to the rooftop and you're like, fuck, if I had my rifle. Oh, wait, I haven't used any of my load yet. I have my rifle. So you don't have to. So even though we have a load of 3, you don't actually choose what those 3 items are until later when you need them. So it's kind of nice. It's not like you have to pick ahead of time and you're like, well, gee, I sure hope we need my demolition tools, and you never do. Right? But if you don't have them, of course you would need to have them, and that would suck.
The way
So-
you're describing it just makes me think like, guy runs up to this big vault door and he's like, golly gee whiz, now if only I had my demolition stuff, guess we ought to go home, boys.
That's right. Yeah, this game makes
Good
it so
thing
you
I
don't
have
have
this
to do
bag of
that.
holding.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the game makes sure you don't have to do that because that sucks.
The bag of holding is just the item equivalent of Rico from Madagascar.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
that's a fucking Zoomer reference. Holy shit.
Oh, fuck you!
Rico. Boom.
Oh, okay. That's the penguins.
Yeah,
Yes!
Oh fuck! I never watched Madagascar.
Imagine not watching Madagascar, cringe.
I've seen Shrek.
Having moments.
I haven't seen Shrek. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid.
Oh god.
The first time I watched Madagascar, it was not pirated, but it was recorded, as in literally I watched a VHS tape because somebody had brought a fucking camcorder into the movie theater. But the thing is, they must have had a tripod or something because I didn't
Steady.
even know that it was a recording until like most of the way through.
That's hilarious. And the other thing too, the lighter your load, the faster you are, or slower. So it's kind of cool. You guys can boogie if you need to get away. So we're all dressed up like we're meant to go to a party. Some of us look a little scuzzier than others. Maybe Borrowed fixes them up a bit. Puts on a little bit of makeup or something on them, like sews in a few of their tears in their pants.
Pretty sure my guy would punch somebody if they tried to put makeup on him.
So you just look rough and tumble all the time.
Always!
I love it.
The clothes and the hat can be nice. The face, on the other hand, that has to tell people, go away.
Alright, so now we do an engagement roll. We know we're decepting in. So this is actual kickoff to see what our position is on this first roll here. So we start with 1 dice for our base fortune. It's just because we're plucky. This operation, I would say, is particularly bold, so you get an extra die for that. Does the plane's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Not really. I would
Front
say.
door because they're expecting people to come in.
Yeah, that's. I could say that's a bit of a. Yeah, you could argue. I guess this, if nothing else, they would not expect this. So yeah, I would say you know what? They probably are weak to this.
Yeah, you don't expect thieves to walk in the front door. That's why you
That's
have
actually-
guards at the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the last place you expect them.
So friends or contacts provide aid or insight. Yes, we
Yep.
have 1 dice from that. So what's that? 3 dice already? Jesus. The target is a lower tier. It is not. District modifiers, none yet. And then we lose a die if the operation is overly complex or contingent on many factors. Oh, it's pretty easy. We get in, we steal stuff. If the target is strong or has particular defenses, not really. Enemies or rivals interfering with the operation, none yet. We haven't pissed off too many people. Target is a higher tier, yes. Technically, we're up against. In theory, we're really up against the Red Sassions, but technically, we're just up against the Duchess. It was a tier 1. And no district modifiers. So we have 2 dice, right? So 1, it is bold. It's weak. 3. So yeah, we have 3 dice left. So who wants to roll those 3d6?
Who wants Borrowed to roll and lose?
Yeah, do it
Yes.
up, Bird. We just take the highest
Alright.
number, and that is how well the engagement went.
So it's roll fortune, then just number of die 3. Yeah.
2x. Oh yeah, I guess 3. Yeah, 3 dice.
Yeah, because there's an actual roll fortune button. I just input
okay.
number of dice.
Yep, 3.
Yeet.
Fortune away.
Notes.
Please God. That's fun. 4, 4, and 1. Oh, okay. Party time. Love it. Okay. So a 4 is a mixed result. We start in a risky position. So I'm going to say Borrowed gets us in the front door. And this is where we begin.
Well, can Borrowed at least get a couple of us in the front door, and we can let the others in the back?
Nope, I think it's completely fair to say, like, we had a lot of things set up. You guys get to the front door. You're dressed to the nines as far as you can. Wolf maybe looks a little haggard. And you
He's
hand
hired
over
help,
your
it's fine.
invitations. Borrowed, like, smooth talks a little bit. And maybe the doorman's a bit, like, really? Like, this wolf guy is part of the party? But Borrowed assures that he is. And you step in.
He's not one of the guests. Like I said, he's hired help.
And you are greeted by a bunch of people dancing in a broad lit up room. Loud music playing. What do we do?
First things first, I'm going to go find some rather bored looking guard.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him if he can take me to the vault. I want to make sure that my servant properly delivered my tithe.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. So
Wait.
Borrowed?
Wait, hold on. Better
Yeah.
yet, Borrowed, I have an idea. You made the joke that I'm hired help, but what if we play it off like I actually am? Why not have him escort me down there and I can knock him out?
Well, because then there's proof that we've been here.
That's true.
That's why I just want him to show me to the vault so I can look and be like, no, they haven't. Well, I'm going to have to go find them and have him take me back up to the party.
Gotcha.
All right, Raffle?
Yeah, no, I like it. Do you want to give me a consort or a sway? How are you playing that?
Play. Yeah, we ain't friends. Just met him, but he looks bored.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a controlled position, question mark?
Yeah, I would say, well, no, right now you're risky. That was our position. So we're in a risky position. Certainly, it's like, if something goes wrong here, that's not good. If the guard
Rude.
doubts you, not good. And we'll say a standard effect.
Okay. And the standard effect. And I don't really think I need to push this much because I'm literally asking him to do his fucking job. If he
Yeah.
wants to be that lazy of a cunt, that's on him.
Yeah. This is where you roll a 1 and you're like, I should have pushed.
Yep. Why I roll 2 1s, you mean?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. No penalty. So you do. What do you say to the guard, sorry?
So I'm asking him if he can take me to the vault because I want to make sure that my help brought and delivered my tithe and had it actually delivered. They didn't just forget about that and go get drunk.
Okay, so we'll say this is like one of the Duchess's personal guards, and this character's dressed up in very ceremonial, pompous-looking guard. Maybe has like a halberd that doesn't really suit a ball, but makes them look more impressive, and therefore makes our Duchess look a little more affluent.
Yeah, and like I said, I wanted to find the bored-looking one because he'd be the most likely to be like, "Yes, my God,
Yeah.
let me walk somewhere."
Yeah, so they're like, right. I'll show you where it is, but you gotta go down by yourself.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Strict orders to stay up here and watch all the trouble. So they take you over to a door in the side of the room. Knock 3 times. There's a follow back knock of 3, and the door is opened, and you're now looking down bit of a staircase. There's another guard at the other side who kind of looks at you a bit confused. But obviously the passcode has gone, so they're fun to do just that.
So, heading down the stairs and
So is everyone heading down the stairs?
I will take myself and who looks the least haggard of these lot?
Oh, that's fair. I don't know, whoever wants to go, I guess, but not Wolf.
Stop bullying me.
I'm not. I'm going to actually talk to the Duchess or the
Said
mistress.
that I wouldn't wear makeup, not that I wouldn't bathe.
Okay, so you're going to talk to the Duchess, Origami.
Yeah,
Tried to.
because she has basically info on everything.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, what about grabbing Fox? Because what's a guard going to do? Accost a lady?
Oh, that's fine. Oh wait, but weren't you saying you were going? Oh no, you were checking to see if your servant has brought it down.
Yep.
Okay. Fox, are you asleep?
Maybe
Maybe. Yeah, a little bit.
a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to go with borrowed or?
Where is it going? He said he was going down somewhere to check on something.
Going
Yeah, we're
down
going-
to the vault to see if my hired help has delivered the gift yet. Tithe.
Sure.
Cool. Okay, so you got Foxy. Origami is going to head up to the Duchess and say hello, and that leaves Rudy and Wolf just to sort of kick around. What are you guys off to?
Go do ghost shit.
I'm probably just gonna enjoy the party because this is what my guy wants out of life.
Yeah, you want to be
Somebody
this
can-
person. Yeah.
Somebody can come and get him when they're ready. Until then, he's gonna drink, eat, dance, party.
I love it. Okay, so you were off engaging in that. And Rudy, you notice a character in the ballroom in particular, and something's calling you out to them. Maybe they have bit of a hue around them, something odd, a little supernatural, and it almost as if the whole room is murmurs, and this person's voice is clear as day, and you hear them say, "I'm gonna step outside and take a leak," and they head out a side door and wave at one of the guards. And sort of this little courtyard area just behind, we'll say the Duchess owns that, and it just looks out on the row houses. But it's at least like a nice little grassed garden, maybe a fountain, some tinkling. About to be more tinkling, of course.
Just slowly sneak my way over towards that person.
Okay. And do you follow them outside? Maybe sort of mumble something by the guard?
Yes.
Okay.
Guards mumble rapping at the guard.
Now, do you want to give me entirely up to you? You could go with a hunt roll, which is to not lose them as they go around the corner, and to squeeze by the guard quickly and in a way that looks like you're supposed to be doing that. Or you could try for, yeah, you don't have any social skills, so I think you're probably better off trying to sort of stick behind this guy in a way that it looks like you're sort of heading off together. And that would be hunt.
Now roll hunt.
And then if you want to add an extra die, you could push it for 2 stress. All depends how important this roll is to you.
Let's have some fun and push it.
Okay. So let's say I'll say this is a risky situation. It's not desperate yet. Right now the party, even if you were to step on someone's foot or make it seem like something's out of the ordinary, you're already inside. So they assume you meant to be here, you're just maybe a bit drunk. So yeah, we'll say it's risky, and the effect is, say standard.
How many bonus dice?
1 for your pushing. Nice, holy shit, those are good rolls. Man, Rudy's so far, we're gonna jinx him, but so far is very good rolls. So yeah,
You better
not
knock
even
on wood, boy.
Yeah, so the 6 means no penalties. Like nothing happens wrong. Like he's just like, oh, okay, those two are together and they're just going off to piss because they're both drunk or whatever. and you step out. And again, like I said, this is a garden. It's quite dark. The lighting here is not very good, and certainly it's late at night. Not that light matters too much, unless the moon has something to say for it. But this guy is just leaned up against the wall, maybe like propping himself with a hand, quite inebriated, taking a leak. We have a fountain going, and we have maybe a few. Like,
is the
garden
fountain the
beds.
guy, or is it a decorational piece?
That would be fun. He's just standing in the middle. No, it's a decorational piece.
Just pissing in a pond, making it a fountain.
Now, if there's
So
anything
he's
you want
leaning
to,
up against the wall.
yeah, he's leaning up against the wall. Maybe he's whistling to himself or something.
Is there a place to stash the body?
Yeah, absolutely. You could throw it in any of the hedges, or under many of the garden flowers.
Here, I thought Rudy was going to go like start pissing next to him and strike a conversation.
Actually, that was part of the plan, but
Oh, that is
get it.
pretty clever.
Get a waddle up next. Not too close, but close enough to strike.
Yeah, not too close at the
Waddle up
streams.
next to him. God, now I
cross.
imagine that he looks like fucking what's his face? The Penguin and Batman.
Oh yeah,
Live action movie.
So this guy, maybe we'll say he's a little shorter than a little stout. Maybe a little plump might be the word.
Maybe a little teapot.
Yeah, maybe he's a little teapot, and this guy's just like full stream going, and he looks over at you and he's like, "Whoa, I can't resist champagne on a night like this. The Duchess throws the best parties."
Indeed, is the best party.
I can't say I've seen you around here before. The name's Price. You are...
Name's Kilseer.
Oh. Well, where are you from? What's your story?
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
Oh no, that's fine then. Maybe so you tell him maybe a little bit about where you're from. If you like, Rudy, we can cut to some other people. What do you think about this? We can cut over the Origami, who's headed his way up to the Duchess.
Mhm.
And you overhear, as you're getting up the stairs, the Duchess... You probably ask people, "Oh, have you seen the Duchess?" "Oh, yeah, she's upstairs in her, I don't know, study or something." And you're like, "Oh, okay." So you head upstairs, and as you're coming up to the study, the door's cracked somewhat. And you hear her chatting. And she says, "Oh, okay." And so for sure, no one knows that we have this. There's a little murmur. It's like, "Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll put it in my personal safe then. If you could just move the painting over there. It's a bit heavy for me." You hear some movement. And she's like, "Oh, wait. Is there someone at the door?" And she heads on over, and you hear movement again. And she sort of opens the door a bit and sees you, and she's like, "Oh, a guest. Can't say I've seen you before. Sorry, the party's downstairs. I was just up here doing a bit of paperwork, expenses for the night's food and such. How can I help you?"
My character would first introduce himself. You are.
Did we ever get a name for the Duchess?
The Duchess.
Yeah.
She's one of those types.
She is that type.
My nobility is my title.
Yeah. Maybe we'll figure some of that out.
Okay,
later,
how about the Duchess of?
the Duchess of?
Like, yeah, what is she the fucking Duchess of if she doesn't have an actual name she goes by?
I guess she could be like the Duchess of Cinder Heights. Something.
So,
Wait, why is her house in Crowsfoot then?
Cinder Heights is
Cinder
a
Heights
section.
in Crowsfoot.
Yeah.
But she. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, she lives across the river from Bagley, though, so hardly, but alright.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound so fun. So we could call her the Duchess of Bagley, though, if you like.
The Duchess of Bagley sounds like a
Yeah,
like,
maybe that's why she
sarcastic
goes.
name.
Yeah, the Duchess of Bagley, but that's why she just wants to be called the Duchess.
Yeah,
she's the
like
Duchess
she
of
doesn't
Bagley.
live in Bagley; she lives across the river. Ugh.
Yeah, and
but
she
you live
thinks
in
yes,
Bagley, though.
I love that, and she thinks she's like so much more better because she lives across the river. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we
I'm
got the
so
Duchess.
civilized compared to these Crowsfoot types. Bitch, you're literally within spitting distance.
Yep.
And you
Alright.
decide to live amongst them. What does that say about you?
Yeah.
alright, so my character will introduce himself, saying, thanks for the lovely ball. And ask, is there a private place to talk? If because I'm going to ask her about the death of keep forgetting
Rick?
Rorik?
about Rorik.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That's interesting. She says, yes, I suppose we could talk, and she looks into the study, pauses, and looks at you. We can talk here in my study. She opens the door, and
thank you.
you see the room's empty. There's a roaring fire and a bunch of books and a big desk. She sits at her desk and sort of motions to a chair nearby. What did you want to speak of?
Oh, is that empty? There was somebody in there.
I
No, let's make sure Raffle didn't forget that.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Bergham's character is actually
That-
just blind.
No, that's why she took a moment. She paused, just made sure everything was okay.
So I've heard that Rorik had many enemies. Do you know any of them? Any rumors?
Well, I think you should know. I hear everything that happens in this part of Duskfall. Anything that goes down in Crowsfoot, I know of it. I know it before it happens. But it's very, shall we say, very common to talk rumors.
So any rumors of the Black Lamps or the what was the other gang?
The Red Sashes.
The Red Sashes or even the Crows?
Well, like I said, it's very common to talk about those sorts of things. The Red Sashes I have no problem with. They've been such a help around lately. The Lamp Blacks seem like thugs and they're filthy, and from what I hear, not a penny amongst them. As for the Crows, well, they've been ruling here for quite a long time, and I imagine they'll continue to do so.
I thought you I heard you have some disliking to the Crows.
Well,
You-
I mean, if I did dislike any of the Crows, certainly Lissa doesn't make it any easier. But Rorik's done such a great job. It's just a shame what happened to him.
I what about this? Let me see her name again.
The Duchess
you-
or
No,
Lissa?
no, Lissa. Do you know anything about Lissa or anything about Lissa?
So this is gonna be one of your social roles, Origami.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not sure how Rick Jamian is for socialies. Not good. It would probably be a consort or a sway. So you'd be at a penalty unless you were to push it, or take a devil's bargain.
What would
Unless
be
you
the
had
devil's bargain?
you had an item that could help with that. I don't think you'd do. What would be the bargain? Well, the Duchess always likes money, so for certain you could say that. But you don't have any money to give up. She also likes status. Can't really offer her any of that either. So the devil's bargain, I think. So either you push yourself and take 2 stress for the +1 die, or well, the +1 die just makes it 1 die, but you don't take the worst. Or maybe we make this a desperate roll, where instead of taking stress, you're so unconvincing if you fail that she gets suspicious.
Better not fuck this up.
Oh, I'm sure this job won't get fucked up in 2 seconds. No.
One mistake, everything goes tits up.
Maybe I close my eyes and probably like try to contact through the shadow veil and see if she got any skeletons in her closet.
Oh, that's fun. In fact, she has one in this very
Mid-conversation,
room.
eyes just roll back in his head
Yeah.
and start shaking.
So you
Oh fuck, he's having a seizure.
you detect 2 things going on immediately in this area. The first is the presence, or rather, because time operates a bit weird in the other realm there. Once you go across the shadow veil, there is remnants of someone having been there or having left, but something was in this room with you shortly before your arrival. The second thing you pick up is there is, in fact, a ghost. Not benign in nature, but there is a very strong spectral presence in the basement, and it feels as though it's chained to something. And if you want to make an attune roll, you could try and tap into one of those 2 things. The problem is the Duchess is, of course, going to notice you attuning unless you do something clever like, oh, let me just look at these books, or pick up something from the fire, or I'll get us a drink or something and step out of the room.
No, I'm gonna allow her to notice me, like close my eyes, and I'll hopefully bring up some information, try to persuade her into giving me more info.
Okay, so are you gonna go with a is it sway or consort? Oh, you're gonna attune?
Yeah, I'm gonna tune to the basement, or no. She was talking about something in that room.
So you're gonna attune to that?
I'm thinking because
okay, sorry.
She does know, like she does know she has something in the basement chambers, but she also knows that she's hiding something in that room that was there. That's a difficult choice, because if it's a basic goal she's having chained up in the basement, I can just bring that up and use it as a not bribe, blackmail.
Okay.
Blackmailing somebody inside their own house, surrounded by their own guards, isn't always the best choice, but
Yeah, that's
you.
a terrible idea.
Origami's got a plan, guys. Are you
I
ready
have a plan,
Bard's about ready to get to the vault and just and he's like,
I'm
what
not associated with them.
shit. Well, origami?
I think we'll go with the spirit in the basement.
Okay. So you're in front of her going to attune, which
Mm,
is fairly obvious, probably.
This couldn't possibly go sideways.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Make an attune roll. Do you want to push yourself or some such?
no, just regular.
Okay.
I will say that for tuning, just flavor wise, perhaps a tuning doesn't make you look all that different, other than just like closing your eyes and concentrating. But once you have attuned to something, it's noticeable.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so like she didn't know that origami was sensing things out, but as soon as he makes that connection, it's obvious.
Yeah, like your
Yeah.
eyes glow or something
Yeah, I
else
like
that's
that.
obvious. Like, wait, hang the fuck on.
I like that. That's fun. Okay. So origami.
So is
You want to make that roll? Attune.
control?
I'm gonna say. This is desperate.
All right.
If
Oh,
this
no.
goes tits up, this is very bad. The effect, though, I'll say would be probably great. This is very much like a high risk, high reward thing.
Mm.
Playing hot potato with a hand grenade.
Yeah, that's basically what you're doing.
And no bonus dice.
Not unless you want to push yourself.
Nah. All right. Here it goes. All right.
Okay.
Not great.
Okay, no, that's not
25.
bad. Not bad. So you did succeed. That's the big thing. You do make a connection with the fucking ghost. Something goes wrong here, though.
Well, it's because he made a connection with a fucking ghost.
That's also
That's
not
why
good.
it was chained up. Oh.
Okay. So the Duchess is very suspicious after this, of course, as maybe the room starts like flapping some of the books or something, and maybe your eyes glow a little sheen or go black. How do you want that to go down?
Let's say the flames start the fire starts wickering, like the whole room says
Like
basically
wind?
not wind, but like ghost shit happening, like books falling off, like
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah. So books are
floating
falling
around me.
off. The flame is flaring up. Like she's like, oh fuck, like this is not good. And you shatter the chains that you feel on this ghost, and you pull it up into this room. And now, even though you're a whisper and you're versed with dealing with the dead, all characters, unless they get a certain upgrade, all characters immediately freeze up when a ghost appears. Now, it's only for that scene, so we can cut back to Borrowed or Rudy or Wolf, and then cut back to you, and you won't be frozen anymore. And the Duchess is also frozen at this point, so you both would be. You're just like frozen in fear and just what the literal fuck.
Time paradox.
Yeah. Unless you spend a point of stress. At any point you
No.
can oh well, actually not a point of stress, you resist it, which could be up to really 5 points of stress. But
Do I understand what's happened?
so you do understand what's happening. That's the thing about being
Okay.
a whisper. So even though you're frozen in fear, this spectral force is in the room, and it's like a giant, well, not giant, let's just say it's a soldier, long dead, has a lance or something and a severed head, and he's holding his head, and it just barks at you in this infernal tongue, and you're like, oh, okay. And the Duchess is very much like, what the literal fuck is happening in my house right now? And
This ain't Casper, motherfucker. That's a very unfriendly ghost.
Yeah. And then it's just, why have you summoned me? And you're just like, Anyway,
Why
I
were you
was
in
called
prison?
here by humans.
yes, Wolf, down in the hall, you're eating, you're drinking, you're feeling great, you're dancing with as many people as you feel like, and you hear, as you are trained to danger, a bunch of books falling from upstairs. Of course, you don't know they're books, but you're hearing thuf, 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 thuf. And you're
Yeah,
like,
I'm
well,
hearing
that's
repetitious thumping.
yes,
Not supposed to hail inside.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like just either something fishy's going on upstairs or somebody find a bedroom.
nice. Maybe you hear the door going
It's-
like it's like sort of slapping in the hinge or
This
the frame.
doesn't oh god.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, okay.
Wolf's getting ready to get it on like Donkey Kong. Just let's go upstairs.
It's like, well then, if we're getting hot and bothered, I might as well warm myself up on the way.
So are you headed up there, or are you staying down and being like, fuck that noise?
Yeah, I'm gonna slip out of the party and head upstairs.
Okay, so you head upstairs, and you've come up now to the door that's just like sort of shaking in its frame, and you hear a voice on the other side, like, why have you commanded me up here, or why have you summoned me?
Of
And,
course, somebody had to fuck with ghosts. Oh, good lord, can we ever just leave the dead dead?
Yeah. Now, if you were to open the door, bust in, you will also freeze up unless you resist.
Oh,
Yeah. Even though you
Alright.
know there's a ghost, you're not mentally prepared for a fucking ghost. Especially not
nobody's
like
mentally
this.
prepared for the
Exact-
ghosts.
No, nobody is. That's why we have a ghost problem in the city.
Plus, I've been meaning to say it, but I didn't know right time. But my guy has a very strong aversion to the arcane. Like, he does not fuck with ghosts at all.
Okay, so
He just
If-
noped out.
now this, I'm not.
No, he'll go and engage them, but he does not like it.
So I'm not suggesting this necessarily, but I'm just reminding you of a character trait hounds have, which is one of your load could be spent on electroplasmic ammunition, which hits ghosts.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just a little, if you want to bust in there and blast a ghost to make the whole party go, I'm sorry, you at least have the option.
All right, so, just question. I
Yeah.
know we didn't decide on a load, but if I were to, like, say I have my handguns on me,
Yep.
and I have my electroplasmic ammunition on
Yep.
me, could I burst into the room, roll resistance, point it at the ghost, and then say something to the ghost?
100%, yeah.
All right, cool.
Now, Origami. Oh, sorry. Right before you do that, Wolf, I just want to remind you: taking a desperate action. This game rewards you for being risky and insane. So, you get a tick of experience next to that action. So, Origami's character, fuck, Jamian.
Attune, so a point and resolve.
Yeah. So you get a point in resolve. So it's the little tick
Oh,
right next to the word
resolve.
resolve.
Ah, neat.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if you fill that bar up, you get to get a new stat point basically.
Oh, I like that. All right, so how do I roll resistance before I do this?
Okay, so you're gonna are you kicking the door open? Are you throwing it open? Do you have your pistols drawn? What's the
I was more thinking in like the on hand, so right hand because I'm right-handed and we're keeping things simple tonight. He has one of them drawn and loaded with electroplasmic bullets, and with the other hand he swings the door open because he's not looking to break it. He just wants to get in the room.
Okay, that's
But-
fine.
Wolf,
Sorry?
Wolf, wouldn't people hear a gunshot?
Well, he's not shooting.
I never
it.
said. Yeah, I'm just pointing it.
Yeah, he's just threatening the ghost,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun. So,
Threatening
you're
to
gonna
send
go
his
in-
ass back to the shadow realm.
You're gonna go, yeah, yeah. You're gonna go in your inventory there, Wolf, and you're gonna tick your fine pair of pistols and your electroplasmic. Perfect. And that's just showing that you have two of your three loadout. So yeah, you swing it open. You're face to face with the ghost. You are ready for it, but it's still just like, oh fuck, cosmic dread. You're not ready to see the apparition itself. Maybe the sound of it. Maybe the idea that it's in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, welcome back, Fox. So if you give a resistance roll, so to resist a ghost, all your resistance rolls are based on the they call it the attribute next to the action you would take. So if you look at yours, that would be resolve. So you have 1 pip in resolve.
Oh,
you-
great!
if you had
Fucking
a-
awesome.
Yeah, but if you had like 2 points in a tune, that would count as 2 points because it's however many are on the left hand side essentially. So
Gotcha.
your prowess you roll 3 or insight for 2. So yeah, so you're rolling 1 unless you want to. Yeah, well, I guess that's basically. There's not really a better way of doing that because you take stress trying to prevent taking more stress.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
roll a
So I
d6 and you lose 6 stress minus whatever you roll.
Okay. So like roll a d6 old school. Come over
Yep.
to the dice roller. All right. Cool.
I think you can actually click it if you click on resolve. Should let you roll it.
Ah, neat. Okay. So yeah, it's just asking for bonus dice. So
Yeah, none. Not this
gotcha.
time.
Oh
Oh.
shit!
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so you take 4 stress. So pretty strict.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I just tick for the stress things.
Yep. That's
Ah,
not
we're
you're okay. You're fine. You're just a little stressed out. And so you
Well, no
pointed
shit. My guy doesn't like ghosts.
you pointed the gun at it. It's loaded with electroplasmic, and what do you say?
Right. Hello there, you see-through son of a bitch. This thing can put you back in the grave. What the fuck are you doing? And why are you dropping books? Those are expensive.
Love it. So what do you want to do here with the ghost? What
I
is
just
your-
want him to chill out and stop throwing shit.
Okay.
I just want to ask questions.
Okay. So 2 ways we could do it. Origami, you could use this to snap origami out. So you've resisted, that brings origami back. And then origami can try and attune, and you can use the fact that you're holding it kind of at hostage to give him an extra die if you want.
Ooh, I like that.
Sounds good to me. If it's good with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm done with
Origami
that.
is quite good with ghostlies, supposedly. Not right
So
now,
just-
but
So what? I roll a tune to calm the ghost down a bit.
yeah, you're just calm it down and control it a bit. Since you have your ghost mind, you always get +1 die. Because you're not trying to control it, you're just talking to it.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's control or risky.
We're gonna say this is. It's not good. We'll say it's risky.
All right, risky effects.
Effect is standard.
Standard +1 dice.
So, question: should Oregano have gotten that +1 die on his last tune roll as well? Then,
Yeah, probably should, but he still nailed it. I just forgot he had Ghost Mind.
okay.
The problem, yeah, it's my okay. So origami.
Also, ow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do get 1 more die though.
All right. So
Because-
here's a Hail Mary.
Yeah, this is the one that Wolf gave you. Oh, fuck. Oh, thank God for Wolf. Okay.
Hell yeah!
Perfect.
You'll love to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, just go over how we advance and how we get XP. But at the end of a session, we basically just run down if you've done things that your character would gain experience for, and then you can either put that into your playbook, which levels you up and gets another like class skill, or you can put points into leveling up your attributes. But we'll run down that at the very end. So nice. So between the two of you, you tell the ghost to chill the fuck out, and before the ghost dissipates, its sort of anger subsided for now. Ghosts are always here, but it's leaving this area because it's like fuck all y'all. What are you asking?
Why were you chained up? Who chained you up?
It says in like a ghostly voice, which unfortunately I can't modulate mine to do, but it says the Duchess had me imprisoned, protecting her vault. I was basically down there to deal with any unprepared assailants.
Oh no.
Form of gatekeeper, if you will.
Are you
Baron opens the
willing to be
vault, and the ghost
freed?
promptly fucked off. Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah. So I love though, like Galen's gonna get down there and be like, "This was easy." I thought there'd be a
Opens-
fucking lock or something.
This is almost suspiciously
Yeah.
simple. Something's
I
not
thought there
quite
was a
right.
reason the guards didn't come down here. Apparently, they're just dumb. Okay.
That's hilarious. Like you're gonna have no like Galen's like, I'm just hot shit right now.
I asked the
Easiest,
ghost if he
highest
wants to.
ever.
I asked the ghost if he wants to be freed.
Well, ghosts are ghosts are violent. Especially the longer they've been around. They crave for the life essence of the living. But yeah, of course he wants to be free. Yeah. It's like, if you free me, I can finally join my fellow soldiers in death.
I'm just gonna shake my gun a little bit and be like, I could get you there right now.
Now, Origami, of course, you know that ghosts can't be brought to a nice, peaceful death. It doesn't exist. You would have to have them disposed of at the, was it the Bell Crematorium? Something like that. Bell Tower Crematorium?
But as long as it brings them to the next life, I see no harm in that.
Not technically lying.
Okay. So you're, are you shooting him or letting him go?
I'm gonna capture him so I could,
Oh,
free
okay.
him later.
You gotta stick him in a cum jar.
Yeah.
You're gonna put him in the
Oh,
jar?
no.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Origami, if you want to go ahead and tick your lightning hook and a spirit bottle. So you have one of those filled now.
Mhm.
Nice. So you fucking just grab this thing, like you pull out this hook like a shepherd's crook or something, and you grab it.
I promised him that I'll send him with his other soldiers.
Oh, I love it. So he promptly starts howling, a ghostly howl, a very loud howl. A very loud howl.
Fucking bottle.
That yeah, and you're pulling it in, it's like "Whirr," and Origami's like, get in the fucking bottle. And he's trying to like pull it in, he's pulling it in, but of course you got a success with no complications, so you do manage to do that. However, this ghost going people in the ballroom all stop for a moment, and you hear the music stop, and everyone listens, and the ghost does go away just before the music cuts, so no one quite knows. However, two people, or rather 3 of us, would hear that. Rudy outside, you and your gentleman are going to hear it, and of course Borrowed and Fox, you just hear some going through the walls, and you're like, what fuckery is this?
Why are the walls moaning? What the hell?
Yeah, but cutting just quickly to Rudy and his character.
Please.
Yeah, so Price turns over to you, Rudy, and he's like, the hell was that? Sounds like we need to maybe start clearing out of here. I hope ghosts aren't going to be attacking the party.
Not sure, but we should go though.
He's like, yes, I think perhaps if you would like to come with me, I'll hail a cab when we get outside, and we can head over, maybe let the spirit wardens know.
Let's do this. But as he turns around, I want to stab in the back and kill.
I love it. So go ahead and make a hunt roll, because this is an ambush. And if you want to
It's a fucking ambush.
It's a ambush.
Can't believe you would betray somebody like that, Rudy. Cringe.
I assume
Cringe.
risky.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, just risky. Yeah.
You took a piss with the man and then you stabbed him in the back.
The effect is great. This should basically kill him if you hit. So. Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm gonna say you stab him in the back, and a little gasp comes out. Like maybe you hit him in such a way that the air goes out of his lungs, so he doesn't get a scream out, but he turns around, and as he's falling, he maybe like draws a knife or something and throws it at you, or maybe pulls a gun and just pulls it. Which of those do you prefer? Right,
So we'll do a knife.
Knife is a little quieter. So the knife hits you in the gut, and we're gonna say you take a harm level 2. So what you would do is you would go on your character sheet there, and under harm level 2, you're gonna write like punctured gut, or you could just do knife wound, whatever you like. Just so you remember that you have been hurt there, and all that means is you take -1 to all your die rolls. However, at this point, a lot of things happen. Dong! This bell goes off, and the party goes silent. The people upstairs go silent. The people downstairs go silent. This bell just rung out, and everyone knows that means someone nearby has died. And the crows start circling over Crow's Foot. They're circling, they're circling. Now, it is going to take them time to find the body, so no one knows exactly where yet, but know the spirit wardens are on their way. And more importantly, so are the cops. So we will say the alarm has been raised at this point. Here, a little bit of poop.
Could my scene have taken place before this?
Yes.
Because
we can have your scene take place at the same time. I think that's kind of fair. So you're like, basically you're gonna finish your scene right when this is going down, and then all of you are leaving.
Like as soon as we're done, then suddenly there's a
very
bell
very
and,
very cinematic. Yeah. However, Rudy, upon killing this guy, oh sorry, just 1 second. Sorry, Caitlin.
Think I doomed us for a grade?
Oh no, I'm so sorry. So this, as this guy falls over, and did you stab him in the back? What were you using as a weapon? I just wanted
like a sword thing.
Okay, that's cool. So you can go ahead and click a blade or 2 on your loadout. Not that it matters. I assume we're pretty close to the end here. But so this guy goes down, and as he's falling to the ground, the blood starts pooling. And you feel it moving towards you, and it starts running up your foot and up your leg and soaking into you. And after the blood seeps fully into you, Rudy, you notice actually that your gut has healed. That wound is gone, and your stress is no more. So you can heal your stress and your punctured gut there. A temporary wound.
Imagine not having a stress. Kind of cringe.
Kind of cringe, yeah.
Imagine having vampirism because you're that bad. Like, you need help to stay alive. Cringe.
Over, if I'm just gonna bring everyone over here just real quick. I apologize for the scene change. Oh no, I accidentally scrolled my fucking Firefox as well. If we just pop over here, just maybe a little something's happening. Maybe nothing too crazy. Let's not worry about that. Okay. If nobody saw anything, there was nothing to see, and we shall head back.
Saw nothing.
The greatest form of stealth.
We shall head back here, where Borrowed and Fox will do your scene. So you're headed down the stairs. It's dark. How are you lighting the way? There's no natural light down here.
Right. Really? I suppose there was a, lantern or something.
No, the guard would have had one, but yeah, he didn't give it to him. And one of you may have brought your own lantern. Well, that would be a bit of your loadout. For Fox's many things that create light, I'm not sure that's the same thing.
Yeah. Fox, do you happen to have a lantern on you? If you're not asleep.
I think she fell asleep.
Fox? Fox?
Since I think Fox is asleep.
Oh, wait, her mic opened. What?
Hello.
Hello. Were you sleeping again?
Maybe.
Okay.
Fox, I need you to get a lantern.
Yeah. You pull a lantern out of your butt.
Well, when you talked about the lightning, my first thought was to say I have a fuse.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's
never know, that could come in handy.
we have this long to solve this.
So speaking of, well, that, you know what? Maybe the bell going off isn't the worst thing to happen, because as you navigate your way down, Galen, no doubt at this point, goes like, it's eerily quiet. Normally there's some form of trap or lock or some such.
Or
But
at least another guard down here.
in front of you is a very large vault door. If you had to surmise, so the vault door itself, probably about 8 feet high, and it looks to be very thick, and it's just set into the stone.
Ye old bank vault.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I gotta open it. I gotta make sure that my assistant had it properly dropped off. Cough.
Cough. Yeah. So, how are you opening it then?
Well, I mean, is it obviously locked? Like, does it have a big ass keyhole?
Yeah, it's got a combination.
Mm. I going to turn to Fox and hold out my hand to take the lantern, and with the other hand gesture to the door. That's the reason I took Fox down here.
Fox want to blow something up?
Well, Fox doesn't have to blow something up. She also has 2 points in Tinker.
Ooh, I love that. I think Fox. Did you bring maybe some tinker tools with you?
She
Some
gets
burglary gear, maybe?
fine tinkering tools, which I think don't weigh anything, question mark.
Yeah, it says italics don't count. Yeah, I'd have to check the book. But either way, it doesn't matter. We have tons of room. You want to make a little tinker roll there, Fox?
How do you do the rollings in this one?
Click on the actual word tinker, and that'll bring up the initial part of the roll. And then you have to put in your position and all that, which then you have to ask the DM.
And I'd say you guys are in a very controlled position. No one's expecting you to be doing anything bad down here. And, yeah, the effect is standard. And Borrowed could help her, maybe, somehow?
Listening for the clicks as well, and holding the lantern close enough so she can see the combination.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to take a point of stress, you could definitely give her a bonus die for that.
Sure.
How do you do a bonus die?
Once you put in the effect condition, then it'll bring up, do you have any bonus die?
So do I do one?
Unless you want to also push yourself.
The nice thing is you do have the catch-all, where Fox doesn't have to roll to just blow it up.
Yep.
So, yeah. So we have like you being the perfect stealth guy, Fox. But if you fuck that up, at least you have option 2, which is boom. Hey, nice, excellent. So, a 5. There's a minor complication. I would say that would maybe be the guard coming down to check on you guys or something like that. And so at that point, you could probably play it off like, oh, we knew the combination. And
Yeah, I mean,
like,
why
oh,
else do you
okay.
think we came down here to check? Like,
Yeah,
but we came down here without knowing what we're doing down here.
Normally, I would say that would just add a point onto your alarm raised, but we know the alarm is going to be raised no matter what in about a second. So you open it, and inside is a bunch of odd trinkets and jewelry. None of which immediately valuable, but if you knew who to sell them to, certainly it's quite the haul.
I mean, I know some people.
You know some people. You could take a reputation hit, absolutely, and just sell them all yourself, but I feel like...
No, I mean, the purveyor for my Vice is one of the vendors up in the Taikarosi roof shop market in Soap Shore, and my friend is Brill, who is a black market drug dealer. Like, I have black market people.
Oh, I know you do. I just mean, like, you probably don't want to be selling them yourself, because you could, though. You could definitely take
Well,
all of this. It's
I
just that
mean,
it all depends if you want to go back to the Lamp Blacks anytime soon.
well, I'm taking all, like, not all of it, but I'm going to be taking at least some of it to give to the Lamp Blacks. Who's to say they're going to get everything in my pockets?
Okay. So you guys load up as much as you can into bags, and you're probably cursing the fact that you don't have an extra set of hands or something.
Yes, although
Hmm.
I need Fox to work with me on this. Fox, do you happen to have one of your explosives on you?
Always.
I love it.
Okay. Now this is gonna throw one hell of a monkey wrench, so I need everybody to agree with me on this before I do it. If you all will agree, what I'm going to do is I am going to take my invitation from the Red Sash, going to take the seal off of it, stick it on Fox's bomb, and then have her set an alarm on the bomb, a trigger, long enough that the guard will come down here and find it.
Oh, that's fun. Oh,
Wait,
this
say
is...
say that again?
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
Fox has a bomb, and it has like a clockwork fuse to it. I want to take my invitation that I have from the Red Sash and take the official wax seal off of it and stick that on the bomb and have the bomb's timer be long enough that while it's sitting here, a guard will find it.
Oh my god.
I love this.
This is bad
Well,
shit.
well,
And that's
This
why
is-
I'm saying, like, this
I'm
is a
sold.
huge monkey wrench to throw into shit, so I need everybody to agree before I do it.
But would the bomb blow up?
Not if you set the alarm for like 3 fucking hours.
I think
Alright.
he just wants to implicate the Red Sashes. I don't think we're looking to cause any destruction tonight.
Alright, as long as it's not blowing up, I agree.
In the words of someone else from a movie once, this is so crazy it just might work.
Yeah, just might, yeah. I love it.
I'm down. What's better for business as a mercenary than infighting?
It's true. It's true.
All
Okay.
right, so we got Reagan and we got Wolf. Fox, Rudy.
I already said I'm sold.
All right, and Fox, I assume yes?
Well, I mean, she's a little disappointed there's not going to actually be an explosion, but
Well, I mean, there might be if the guards are completely inept, but...
We're walking around the next day. Boom! How the fuck did they not find that?
Yeah, how did they not find it? It's clockwork. Did they not go down there and hear tick, tick, tick? Come the fuck on!
if they don't find it, then we know we were fighting for the right side.
Yeah, exactly. We know they're retarded. So, if
So-
everybody's on board, I say we do that. Set the alarm for like 3 hours and put it in, like, not directly inside the vault, but like put it in a little bit of ways into the vault. So you'd have to like go in there. It's like, why is there ticking? There's not a clock in here.
Okay, so that is super fun. So yes, you guys probably run past the guard, I guess. What's your plan here, actually? You're just gonna knock the guy out, or you're gonna be... You're running
well-
up with bags full of goodies saying, there's
No,
a
no,
bomb
but-
down there!
But Raffle, you said as soon as we're done with our scene, there's like, while we're in there,
chaos.
there's the ghost noises. And then once we're done with our scene, there's the somebody just died bell. Some shit's about to happen. We now have a reason to leave.
Okay, so you guys are running up this. Somehow, this
We're
worked
going
out.
to like
I
move
love
up
this.
the stairs, not like literally sprinting, being like, "Don't look at what we have in our arms, please," but
Yeah.
like just being like, "Oh, well, that's not good. I think we should leave." Yes, I agree. Okay.
So the bell goes off. You're hearing panic. Everyone's running. People are just flooding outside. Guards are trying to contain people. You've got red sash people saying, "What's happening? Where the hell? Like, what's everyone's going on? Like, who died?" So we look at the ballroom, and we have Origami and Wolf coming to the top of the stairs. Wolf having his gun, half drawn, probably putting it away as they were going out to the ballroom. Rudy steps in from outside, probably blood dripping down his hand. There's the two of you with the
that's
bags.
Not suspicious at all.
There's the bags. You two holding the
Well,
bags.
I was
of
gonna
loot.
say I wanted to wipe off all the blood on the body.
Oh,
before
you
I
know
went
what?
back inside.
Yeah, you could wash it off in the fountain there.
And
Oh.
lobster,
Even better.
I will probably tell the Duchess like we'll better talk later.
The body
Okay.
is on the other side of the hedge, hidden, right?
Yes, you hit it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause we just said you wanted to do that, so that makes sense. So it's going to take them a while to find the body. The crows are going to have to locate it. But
If all the
there's
people
still
are going out the front door, can I slip out the side with the bags?
Okay, yeah, you're going to slip out like towards the garden.
Not necessarily towards the garden, but like out of like the entryway to the kitchen for bringing food to the pantry. Like just
like the alleyway kind of thing.
Yeah, the assistant's entryway, not the front or back door for proper people.
Okay, so you're slipping out that way. Origami
Yeah,
and
because
Wolf.
like we have the bags. Everybody else can go out the front door, but the bagmen need to not go out the front door where the guards could be like, "Hey, what are you doing there?"
So are you calling over the people and saying, "Hey, let's meet here. We're dipping."
Would it have to be all that much of a flashback to say that I just told them to like meet over in, I don't know,
Yep.
fucking
No, so that's genius.
meet back over in the park?
So that doesn't cost any stress because that's a very simple thing and there's no, risk involved. So we just do a flashback scene
I'm going to the bell.
when you guys were planning. You're going where?
To the bell. Because I got the soldier, I promise I will free him.
Oh, you're going to the crematorium.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you mean you're going to the crematorium. I thought you meant you were going to go find the dead body.
I
was like, what the
No.
crane
I
doing?
thought Origami was going to fuck everything up for a second. I just made the assumption. Okay, that's perfect though. So you so flashback.
So how about
you guys
how
are
about
in the
we
room,
meet,
you're
meet
looking
in the
at the
park
map.
at dawn.
Which park?
The park where we all met up after we got out of prison, over in Limmers Park.
Perfect. Okay. So you're like, okay, we'll meet up at Limmers Park. And that's no problem.
Because then from there, it's literally a hop, skip, and a jump, and you're at the Lampblax.
Yeah. So you guys all dip your separate ways. However, who is going out the front?
I'll probably come the way, same way I came in.
Okay.
So I'll probably go out the front.
Yeah, what are the chances that me and Origami could just slip out the front door?
Yeah,
Well, you got 50 other people going out the front door.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Perfect.
So you guys nip out the front. Now, that just leaves Fox and Borrowed being the only ones going out the side?
Fox and Borrowed, and then whatever Rudy's doing.
Which way are you going, Rudy?
Preferably the side, since I just murdered someone.
Okay, so you're helping carrying bags then.
Yep.
And as you guys are heading out the side, there just happens to be a maybe red-faced police officer, a blue coat, who's running your way because he heard the bell and he sees the crows circling. He just doesn't know where to go. And he's, when he's like, oh, do you know where the bell? What do you got in your hands?
Oh,
Okay.
fucking hell.
Okay. See, I see what you're trying to do there, Ruffle.
Yeah.
But
That's fine. I'm fine with you being clever. No problem.
These bags are nondescript,
Mhm.
and since it was only Fox and I that were originally carrying bags, now it's Fox and Rudy that are carrying bags and not the well-dressed person.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that those are, essentially, like, those are my possessions because I'm here visiting.
And why then, sir, if you don't mind me asking, didn't you go out the front?
Because it sounded like somebody was dead inside, and I don't much feel like being trampled by the rest of the guests.
And whereabouts inside did it sound like someone died?
I haven't the slightest, I'm afraid. I was in the ballroom like everybody else. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, perhaps slightly worse, you weren't in the ball. But
Do you want to give me a bit of a sway roll here? Or if someone wants to do something else that's kind of crazy? Anything
I
to...
released the ghost.
Can I help push
Oh
it?
no!
That would be jokes,
No.
though. If Origami just released the ghost in the middle of this shit.
Just, fuck it, sorry, brother.
Like, yeah, maybe you overhear the conversation.
No,
And
I was just joking.
Oh, okay, that would be funny, though.
Can I help push the dice and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can take a point of stress to help whatever Bard's role is here.
okay, so I assume it's risky.
Yes, yep, it's risky. Honestly, I would say this is
Standard.
probably desperate, because if you fuck this up, there will be more blue coats coming. Like, he's gonna blow a whistle.
Well, if I fuck this up, there might be another bell ringing.
That's fair. So, yeah, I think desperate's fair, which means you do get the tick a point for your attribute.
Okay, so desperate,
Standard
effect standard. Okay,
Yeah.
bonus die 1, unless Fox wants to help as well.
4.
Okay, so you take a point of stress there, Fox.
All right, yeetus deletus. Fuck this guy.
So I'm gonna
have
say
some dice.
Fox and... Wow, thank God for that Fox die there. Holy shit,
Good
Bard.
Fox die.
Fox die, no.
Oh fuck!
I didn't take the stress because I don't know where to do it.
Oh, okay. You just
It's below your vice purveyor. Click the farthest left little notch right next to where it says stress.
those
Where is
ticks.
this there? Like to the
Below
left.
vice purveyor, above harm, stress. You got the little boxes.
Yep,
Click
you
one
got
of
it. Perfect. He's stressed now, but yeah. So that, thankfully, he kind of looks at you a bit odd, but he's more concerned about the death than whatever the hell you're doing. So he's like, whatever. You know, he said, oh, carry
Fucking
on.
stupid rich people.
Yeah, right. So he goes past you, and I guess then Fox and Rudy would have just acted like servants. You know what I mean? Like maybe one of them
like hired help.
Yeah, like, oh, you have a little dust on your shoe there, and brushes it off or something, and he's like, oh, whatever, rich people, right? So he just dips.
Fucking wealthy people and their wealthy shit.
Yeah.
Is this some sort of rich person joke I'm too poor to understand?
So you guys, you do manage to escape. We've completed our first score. This was a bit of a simple one. They may get a little more complicated as we go, but we're just mostly making sure we know what we're rolling, how we're rolling. Now, the first thing we do, since we've completed our score, or you do this at the end of every session, technically, at the very bottom of your character sheet, you'll see Mark XP for Playbook Advancement. So, each class has different things where they get experience for. So we'll just do each person one by one. We'll just go down from Borrowed. So Borrowed, did you address a challenge with deception or influence? I would say, yeah, you did many times. So you can get 2, and you can either put it into your Playbook Advancement, or you can put that on any of your attributes. Insight, your prowess, or your resolve. You know when you're done that one?
Probably put in my resolve.
Okay. And then you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Not really. Or you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas. No, not really. Really come up yet. But that's good. We'll go over the origami here. Did Did you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power? Yeah, a couple times. So you get 2 points. You can either put that in your playbook, get a class skill, or in any of your attributes.
Playbook.
Okay. Did you express your beliefs, drive, heritage, or background?
Not yet, but hopefully
Okay.
whenever I get to meet Duchess, yes.
And then did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas? Nope, because you don't have any
No.
traumas, and the vice, yeah. It doesn't really start coming up until you try and deal with your stress. We'll just do sorry, Rudy here. Did you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power? Yes. You did once, dealt with your demon stuff. So you can put a point in your playbook or in any of your attributes. Probably for a whisper, it kind of makes sense to do playbook because that's where you get your special abilities. But
I'll do that.
and then beliefs, drive, or background, you did that one too, because you were dealing again with the demon stuff. And then no vice or trauma. No one really has to worry about that. So you got one more XP point. Put some Rudy.
Yeah, I'll put it in the playbook again.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just get up to your next cool ability so you can do more cool whisper stuff. As for our good friend Wolf, challenge with tracking or violence. Yeah, I'd say you did that a couple times. Yeah, so you can do 2 points.
Yay! Wait, 2 points in what?
Exactly. So you can put it in your playbook advancement at the bottom, and that when that fills up, you get another special ability. Or you can put it in any of your attributes, like your insight, prowess, or resolve. And when you fill that bar, you get to put a point in one of the stats under it. It's tough, yeah. You want to roll more dice, or do you want to have more abilities, but not roll as many dice?
I think I'm gonna put in my playbook advancement.
Yeah, it's chill.
All right, and you said I got 2.
Yep, 2. And then you're a mercenary. I would say you definitely expressed your beliefs, drives, your heritage, or background today. I'd say you did it a couple times. You probably put 2 points again in your playbook. And yeah, nothing with vice or trauma.
I mean, I did indulge my vice by going to the party and not doing anything productive.
That is true. Yeah, I'd say though it didn't like usually that's
Yeah,
if it,
no,
like
it wasn't
you have to
nothing
struggle.
major.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a struggle. It was less. I can't, and more like I absolutely fucking can. They can get me when they need me.
They're paying me to be here.
Yeah.
The best way to live. I'm getting paid to party.
Fox, I would say you definitely did technical skill or mayhem. Yeah, for sure you got 1 point. Maybe 2, I guess, because we did do the bomb at the end.
Speaking of,
But-
did the bomb go off? Or we'll find that out later.
That's the fun thing. So we will end on Fox. You tell us. If you want to get your second point of experience for tonight, how big was the explosion?
Oh no!
The guards are that incompetent.
Yeah,
They're gonna have to do a little bit of remodeling at least.
I like it. Okay, so put 2 ticks in your either your playbook or an attribute.
Oh, you know,
How does that work? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So under all your abilities, see where it says mark XP?
Yes.
Okay, so you can either put 2 pips there, and if you fill that up, you get another one of your abilities, like Physicker, Ghost Ward, Fortitude, whatever. Or you can put 2 pips under either Insight, Prowess, or Resolve. And if those fill up, you get another, like, dice.
Each pip gives you another dice, right?
No, yeah, but you have to fill that up to get a pip. So, like, if you look at your Resolve right now, like, if you filled all of these, then you could put a point in, like, a tune or something. Or another, like, you know what I mean?
I got you.
So this is me just adding flavor, but since Fox said they're going to have to do some remodeling, what I imagine it was is that we closed the vault door behind ourselves and basically
Ooh.
turned the vault into a fucking pipe bomb.
I
So
love that.
the explosion blew the entire door off. The door like sailed across the room, hit the far wall, and then fell over onto the ground.
That's super fun. And I will say, in here. Welcome back. Did you put your points in, Foxy?
No.
Well, it's up to you whether you want to get another special ability or you want to get more dice. But you don't get either right away. You're just working towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember to do that before we quit for tonight, because then we'll all forget. And now we check our heat for the operation. So we'll do our payoff. First off, we get 2 rep base. Now, rep is not the same as your faction reputation. Rep is like your clout. And getting high rep is how you level up your crew, which we don't have yet, but we almost do. So we'll get 2 rep for this, plus 1 rep, because we were up against a tier higher, so it was a little more dangerous. And if you're completely silent, if you stealth in and stealth out and literally nobody finds out, you don't gain any rep, because no one can attribute it to you. So you can do missions like that for money, but your characters still get worn out and you don't level up the crew. It's kind of cool. You guys gain 6 coins. That's what we agreed on. You can give you those up later. I'm just going to mark this down. And then heat. So was it smooth and quiet with low exposure? No. Was it contained, standard exposure? No. Loud and chaotic, high exposure? Yeah, I could say that. I could say maybe,
Yeah.
maybe that.
There was a lot of exposure asterisk because the exposure wasn't blamed on us, though.
No, it's just sort of because the thing. So, your heat going up doesn't mean they know it's your crew. It just means your crew has been around a lot of things, and eventually, when that gets high enough, you can become wanted. Like if you fill your heat track, you become wanted essentially.
But most importantly, if we ever reach that point, we need to buy a Bon Jovi DVD, CD,
Yeah.
or vinyl if we're feeling really stylish.
So I'm gonna
Vinyls
say
don't even exist yet.
So 6 is wild. I'm gonna say we were probably just 4 heat, which is loud and chaotic.
That
with high
cop keeps coming
exposures.
around and seeing borrowed and at all the like places where things are going down. He's gonna be like, "Why are you always here?"
Because these are fancy places.
So our heat's at 4, plus 1 if it was a high profile or well connected target. Yes, the Duchess. And plus 2 heat if killing was involved. So 2 more pips of heat and we are wanted. So that's good. But that's okay though. We did survive and we got a bunch of XP and we got a bunch of loot and nobody died or took any harm. Rudy technically did, but he came back.
Sus.
I got better.
Yeah. And now, oh, you're right there.
Yeet.
Nice. And because we haven't got a wanted level yet, we don't even roll to see the effects of heat. So far we're good. We're still chilling. As our wanted level gets higher, we do start rolling for that. And because we had some people complete their optional objective, I think was it just Rudy? Yes.
I was going to ask about that because did you mean safe as in the safe that Regano had to deal with?
Yeah, there was a safe
Because-
upstairs. That could have been. You could have done
Because
that.
I was in the vault, so I mean that's not a safe, yes, but it is kind of.
No, it would have been going out of your way from your mission objective, but
Okay.
you can hold on to that for next time. We can keep having like a safe be in the next one.
Okay.
Until you complete that, and that's probably how we'll just handle like those, we'll just have them loop over, and then if you complete yours, that's great. You get a bonus. Rudy's bonus in this case was the demon that he did the deed for is just extra power. So maybe there's a few murmurs about Rudy's character on the street now. Maybe like Kelsey or Lost Eyes. Like Lost Eyes is like a name that comes up like whispered in hushed voices. So because of that, your crew gains a little more clout. And so normally you would have needed one more pip still, because you broke out of jail. That was like a minor mission for 1 point. You completed a heist successfully, so that's 2. And you would have needed 1 more score to get a crew. But because Rudy completed his optional, we get the crew right now. So we'll set it up before next session. And then, of course, I get to make a little change here. Right there. Look at that. I don't know if you guys see that, but
See what?
top left.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, it's not that they know it's us, but you know, if we keep doing things, they're gonna get a pretty damn good feeling.
Every time we talk to that weird homeless guy, bad stuff happens in our operations. Hang on.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. But yeah. Anything want to say or do before we call it for this evening? It was a pretty good sesh.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Oh, here we go.
Much conversation, very insightful.
No, I think it's okay.
Cool.
As long as the ghost free, and not free, cremated.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
It will say that you managed to do that. All right, peace. Well, take it easy, folks. I gotta get to bed and all that kind of fun stuff. And
All
right.
So, like, character creation is pretty easy. Crew creation is just a little bit more complicated, but we all get to talk about it and figure out what kind of crew we want to do. Because how crews work is each crew offers different permanent special abilities that we unlock, and we level the crew up together by doing missions. But each crew also gains experience differently. So there's certain types of jobs that certain crews will get experience for, or more experience. So you kind of like look at it and go, oh, what kind of jobs do we want to do? We'll take that kind of a crew. So yeah, take it easy. Bye.
Bye.
Ye-